Tom's Watch Bar has Orlando's best happy hour. Enjoy $5 drink specials, select $7 apps, and $12 entrees weekdays from 3 to 6 and 9 to close. Experience the excitement of the game in 360 viewing. Tom's Watch Bar, Orlando's ultimate game day experience.
Hey, this is Russ Rollins. You know, Solar Source, they just keep making my life better. Pool heated, taken care of. Battery backup for power outages, that is all covered thanks to Solar Source. And now they're going to install a solar electric system to wipe out my power bill. They're awesome to work with, and it's a great company. Customer service is really awesome with Solar Source. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters. Call Solar Source today. The future is solar powered.
Jay, why is auto insurance so expensive? I need to get insured, but I need a better solution.
Vic, you should call Acceptance. Acceptance had better rates, better options, and better customer service than my previous company. Acceptance was just better. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Really? Do you have their number?
800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance work better for you. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on a Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012994.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Picture this. You're cozy by the fire sipping cocoa, or out on the town grabbing a well-deserved nightcap, with the peace of mind knowing your pet is safe at home with Invisible Fence brand. Your customized pet fence gives you confidence that wherever winter takes you, your pet has both freedom and security. With Invisible Fence brand, service and safety never stops. Visit invisiblefence.com to learn more. That's invisiblefence.com.
GimmeTheVin.com buys cars, trucks, SUVs, exotics, your average car, your rough car, your clean car. They buy them all and they come to you. Everything from $2,000 to $200,000, they got you covered. Just log on to GimmeTheVin.com, put your VIN or license number, a couple of pics, get an instant cash offer. GimmeTheVin.com, they offer the 60-second bid process, pressure-free service, and a free pickup. Just click on GimmeTheVin.com and get your check on the spot.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
People told me I needed to slow down. I told them I don't know how. I'm experiencing things I've only dreamed of. I have my freedom back. So while some days might be harder than others, I know a place I can go where I can feel strong and supported.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest. Help us redefine the future of veteran healthcare.
Explore opportunities at vacareers.va.gov.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex saline from Vix.
Sinex saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex saline from Vix. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Get hired and get a $1,000 sign-in bonus at the Orange County Fleet and Facilities Job Fair on February 6th. Details at ocfl.net.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Make us a preset on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. C-H-E-C-K. Check. That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The news News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, February 3rd, 2025. Lots to get to today. From Canada boos the United States to everybody goes Commando at the Grammys. And the government wants Taylor Swift to do something before the Super Bowl. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time. And how's everybody doing on a Monday?
Good. How are you?
Fine.
He's
flustered.
I can tell.
Yeah, like Austin was working on some stuff in the studio, rewiring some things. We had to reboot some things. Austin! And, of course, there's like the two things that aren't working this morning. So we got to rework that. It's not his fault necessarily. I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm just saying it's not working. So, yes.
Did it work before Austin came over?
Sometimes things do. And
you know what? He is very smart and very helpful. And if you keep talking like this, he won't come and help anymore.
That's true. Yeah. I'll be careful.
Did he do the thing that I've been wanting him to do?
I forgot
Send
what that
a
was.
news?
Yeah, okay. Well, it's probably, that's a no.
I'll ask him about the news.
That's a hell no.
I don't remember. I don't know. All right. We got a lot to get into on a Monday. Did you have a good weekend, everybody? Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
All right. Lots of stuff happening in the world, obviously.
Drank a lot of wine.
Oh, really?
I saw that. Obviously, you must have had a lot of guests over if you really drank as much wine as your photos
You had a party.
suggest.
Not as many
have.
as it took, because that thing is still half full.
First of all, the thing that you did, and I'll bring up this photo for the people on the stream, it should be illegal. It really should be. Can I show the one of Jackson with this thing?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
It's like for size.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's awesome.
All right, Jackson is very big, but also this is the biggest bottle of wine I've ever seen. Apparently, they do get larger than this.
That's
they
the
do.
cutest picture I've ever seen in my life.
He is a
Please
cute guy.
keep the bottle and somehow bring it back when he's 21.
I mean, where does one get, C-Lane, a wine bottle that is over a foot tall?
Same place he gets his shoes.
It must be. Big and Tall store also has wine
The
bottles.
big and tall liquor store.
What is this thing called when they get that big?
That particular
Jumbo?
bottle is a 12-liter, so it's like 16 normal-sized bottles of wine in one. And that is called a Balthazar.
A Balthazar.
Yeah.
So you were attempting this weekend to drink one Balthazar of wine.
Sure.
Are you okay? Is everything all right?
I don't know that anybody thought that thing was getting finished.
How far in Balthazar did we get?
The bottle is looks like there's a little more than half left. Is that? Oh, I did send you a.
Yeah, that's how drunk he was.
Look what we did, Sean.
It's a half full Balthazar. So, he drank about 8 bottles of wine. And immediately, I started asking questions in my head. You must have had, well, I would say at least 8 people that weren't Sabrina and I over at your house to drink this Balthazar.
That's a good point.
There were a handful of people. I don't know about. It might have been around 8.
I hope there was at least 8. My God, how many bottles of wine do you drink on a weekend?
I don't really drink that much wine, though.
And it's an aged one as well.
It looks
My
like
bad
it, yes.
boy is almost, 33? Am I doing the math right? Mostly because I was born in 90, so.
Almost 34. This thing, hang on. This must be very expensive if it's 16 bottles of wine.
There was a person at my house that was younger than that bottle of wine.
Whoa, that's weird.
And it wasn't just Jackson.
Right, yeah. Jackson didn't get into this, right? Not yet. He's still too tiny, I guess. I'm worried about you, though. Yeah, that is a very large quantity of wine to be tapping into. Congrats on getting halfway there.
Was heavy.
I would imagine. It's
My
insane.
gosh.
How do you pour that? It's Do you have two people?
Very
holding?
carefully.
Right.
You gotta have either one strong person or two people. We had to pour it into carafes because that would make it easier for people to pour their own glasses, but also because
what the hell's going on?
The cork broke, and so
oh no!
if you look closely at the half a bottle pick, there's a big piece of the cork floating in it, so we had to filter that out.
You know what's going on here? I'm realizing the world of people who drink wine. You guys are animals. You wine drinkers are animals. Look at this, Sabrina. The Balthazar is 12 liters of wine.
There's bigger.
There exists a Melchizedek or a Midas size, which is 30 liters of wine.
Let's get it.
And it appears to be about 3 feet tall. So soon enough, C-Lane will throw a party without Sabrina or myself. And there will be a Midas bottle of wine to drink at.
Turn it around. You and I get the Midas. And we invite C-Lane to turn things around.
Oh, no. If we get the Midas and he doesn't invite us before that, I think we just out of principle have to turn him down. I don't think we can do that. Because then he'll just drink our Midas and go to our wine party and go, I went to my wine party and I went to your wine party and I went to all the wine parties.
That, or he's like, this was a great time. I wish I would have invited them to that. Also,
look at him. Do you think he wishes he invited us?
Some sort of pulley system or someone to build something to pour the or is it like a keg top for wine like that?
It's insane. They must be so expensive. My God. What a world. So we learned a lot this weekend, and C-Lane got very drunk off of some delicious wine, I'm sure. Did you get a hangover?
It was fine. I do not feel hungover right now.
Really? Good for you, man. Congratulations on that one.
Got some party patches going on.
Oh, you're like covered in party patches right now?
No, I just had one.
All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers to the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to the Grammys, where, unfortunately, none of us won. We did not win.
I'm pretty sure I won.
I checked this morning. I didn't see our names on anything.
I am a investor at this point.
Oh, yeah?
In Beyonce. So I feel like I did.
Really? What's Beyonce worth right now?
It's just as far as the amount of money, my money that I've spent on this wonderful artist, I feel like a silent partner.
Yeah. I don't know if she feels the same way. But
no way. She has no idea who I am. We'll never know.
She had a big night last night and won a bunch of stuff. But one of the things that I saw that I said, that is the most brutal, unprofessional thing I have seen in a very long time.
You're about to blow at least 4 stories of the next episode, I bet.
No, I'm only
talking about Babyface.
Yes, I'm only going to do this one thing from the Grammys. We'll leave the rest of it until the next episode and afterwards. But when I saw this, Ellen, do you know what's going on with this?
Yeah, I've seen the video.
Oh, God, man.
It was rough.
I said to myself, we live in a world where we can get unprofessional at times here on the show, and that's fine.
All the time.
Mostly you.
Definitely not me. I'm professional. But when I see a video like this.
Remember that July 4th broadcast, John?
How many broadcasts have I done, C-Lane? Huh? How many broadcasts have I done?
Pull up the list.
That weren't the July 4th broadcast. Which one do people go to? They go to the July 4th broadcast, even though there were a lot of other broadcasts out there.
Please note this reaction so we know how and what level we're going to mess with him throughout the rest of the show.
I digress. So Babyface, a legendary musician who has won, I don't know, maybe a dozen Grammys on his own over the years.
Been around forever.
Beautiful voice, great songwriter.
Still Babyface, great skin.
He looks good. He looks good. He's talking to these ladies from the Associated Press.
You know how old Babyface is?
How old?
65.
Really? Damn. Good for him. He still looks good.
65-year-old Babyface right there.
He still looks good, but these ladies are so rude to him.
It was just the one.
I felt like it was both of them, but we'll look at this together, analyze together here. As they are interviewing him, the interview isn't going as well and is not as exciting as maybe they wanted it to be.
Mid-sentence, poor guy.
And in the background, you see the very famous pop star, whether you know her or not, Chappell Roan. Chappell Roan has a bunch of songs that your daughters listen to or your daughter's friends listen to or whatever, and she is a huge star right now. For instance, there was a concert, and I do not remember which one it was. Let's say it was like Austin City Limits or something. And there
I know what you're
was
talking about.
such a massive crowd of people at this show. It was one of the biggest crowds I've ever seen. I think it was maybe 80 or 100,000 people.
It was the biggest
And-
crowd for that festival. It was either
Yes.
Lollapalooza or maybe Glastonbury, maybe Lollapalooza.
Whatever it was a huge crowd of people. And 80+% of them had said they were only there to see this performer, Chappell Roan. So she's huge right now, very, very big. A lot of young women are into her. And she walks by in the background, and these Associated Press ladies with their microphones realize, ugh, we're interviewing Babyface. He's not cool right now. How is it that we get old Babyface to stop talking and go over and interview the cool girl in the middle of this here? And here's how it went.
Yes, I think it's interesting.
Chapel.
You guys want to do that? Don't do that.
It's so uncomfortable.
Can I tell you, the idea of a 20-something who knows who you are on the red carpet doing what she did, and it wasn't just saying, Chappell, like you're bored of talking to Babyface. It was the one who says, I'm so sorry, baby. And she grabs the microphone away
She said
from him.
Babyface.
Babyface.
Yeah, so she did. Because when I first watched the video, I go, do these girls even know who Babyface is? And even after watching it, I know they know his name because they interviewed Babyface for an amount of time
And
that
he
was
up
not,
for Grammys.
not that great.
Yeah.
On top of the 12 he's already won.
But I don't find Babyface to really be in the in a spotlight right now.
Of course not.
Like,
But he's still he's a
But in the
very
middle of an
famous
interview,
musician.
in the middle of his sentence,
It
you do
was
that?
totally rude.
Do
And
they not have anybody else that can call onto Chappell Roan? Chappell?
Yeah, I mean,
Chappell?
she. By the way, who's surrounded by people? He's only got these two ladies from the Associated Press, and the one that just goes, "I'm sorry," and grabs his microphone.
Yes, I think it's interesting.
Chapel.
You guys want to do that? Go do that.
oh gosh, it hurts more every time I see it.
It's so
Every
bad.
time I
It's
see
so
it,
bad.
it cuts a little bit deeper.
What a professional he is. He goes, "You guys want to go do that? Go ahead. Go ahead. Talk to the whatever her face
When I
is."
first saw it, I like part of me goes, "Well, Babyface wasn't really given much of an answer. He was really." Wearing away at these girls like
That's probably the only person
attention spans.
Yeah, exactly.
that wanted to interview with him. I mean, I feel like what they did was rude, and that sucks, and probably hurt at that time. The aftermath probably making him feel a little bit better, but the placement of the line of like how he got there, and it just so happened that Chappell Roan is right behind him, sucks. Because is this going to happen with every interview he does down the line?
If I was him, I would have said, "I'm not leaving this interview."
You go ahead of me, Chappell. Go after you.
If you'd like to interview Chappell Roan over me, that is fine. But I will stay in this interview. I am not going anywhere, and I will continue to talk into this microphone
It's about to be
right
a sad
now.
baby face if you continue this crap.
Now,
This is so
Sabrina
sad.
said it was just one of them that was like the at fault.
One was screaming,
but the other one could have made moves to be less awful.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
You know, could have asked him another question. Could have engaged with him more and be like, "We'll get to Chappell Roan later."
So up to you. I can give it to you now. We have the apology.
Oh, no, keep that. Yeah.
So I'll keep it for the next episode. But I will say it is one person because the other girl with, I guess, the reporter that was not in the shot completely threw her under the bus. Like, it was so much of a I'm sorry, but also I'm never doing this again in this industry. You are done.
And just in case you don't know a lot about the news world, the Associated Press is big. It's the thing that feeds the monster that is all of the other news organizations.
Yeah,
for
but
example,
they're not usually the ones making the news.
Well, for example, when you going to work for 5 old people. If you woke up in the morning and opened the newspaper, imagine that being
What's
a thing.
a newspaper?
I know what that is. All of the stories that you see, well, the majority of the stories that you see aren't written by whoever your local paper is. They're from a wire service, the Associated Press being one of them.
syndicate.
Yeah, and
What's a wire?
the biggest news outlet in the world, probably. So that's who these young ladies, who I don't even know, are working for. And I don't know if they thought he was Lil Baby and they found out he was Babyface, or I don't know what went wrong here, but boy, did they get distracted. They were not excited to talk to him, unfortunately.
Well, hey, listen, I don't know of any other reason we would be talking about Babyface this morning.
Well, he was there for a reason.
I know he was there for a reason. He's a legendary producer, but he's just not in the echelon right now.
Yeah, but he must have been nominated or associated with something, right? Like,
can we just stop and say, Celine said he's not in the echelon right now?
He drank half a bottle of giant wine, so he's very
he's still
fancy.
drunk. You drank the other half this morning, didn't you?
That's
You should have
literally
brought
impossible.
It's not in the echelon right now. Okay, we have so many things to go through today, from the echelon to beyond. It's happening here on the show. One thing we absolutely need to address.
Just because you're all flustered because Austin broke a bunch of stuff doesn't mean you need to be
Austin,
mean
you did a
about
great
it.
job, and don't let them knock you down.
Who am I supposed to take it out on? Huh?
Yourself.
That's what I do all the time.
With a violent masturbation session later.
Oh, my God.
Jeez.
No.
What?
Jesus.
Sorry.
All right. We're going to come back, and we got to talk about this whole Canada thing. Because Canada is mad. Canada is big mad. Very big mad at the United States of America. They booed us at multiple events over the weekend. I've seen some Canadians write some very mean things online.
They said it couldn't be done.
and yet it could. And
do you feel personally attacked, Sean? Because you've had a lot to say about Canada in the past.
I feel like maybe the chickens are coming home to roost, as they say. But I'm ready for this war.
I'm in a time machine right now.
And we absolutely have to address what's going on between the United States and Canada. This is a very important thing. We'll get to that. We'll hear the boos. We'll see what else is going on. What are the politicians saying? We'll go into all of it. That is coming up next in the News Junkie.
Introducing the latest way to hear the greatest station in the world. Just tell Siri to play Real Radio 104.1. You're welcome, iPhone users.
There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. A disabled vehicle's blocking the right lane on Orange Blossom Trail southbound near the Greenway there. Watch out for an accident where John Young Parkway meets Destination Parkway. There's an accident blocking multiple lanes on Semorin Boulevard near La Vista Boulevard. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Tap into your well-being with Audible audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Expand your life with expert insight and motivation for better health, habits, relationships, finance, and more. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Join Real Radio on February 8th, 2025 at Lake Eola Park in downtown Orlando for the largest pet festival in the United States. Paws in the Park. This family and pet-friendly event is free and open to the public. But you can fundraise today to help support the Pet Alliance of Greater Orlando, the region's oldest and largest animal welfare agency. Your support will help Pet Alliance save over 4,000 dogs and cats this year alone by providing shelter, care, and love until they find their forever home. Get more details at realradio.fm/events.
Oh, mornings. Some people love them.
Okay, you have everything for your math test. And Mom, you have my lunch.
Some people hate them.
Everybody get in the car. Go, go, go.
We've all got to do them. Good thing Wawa's up and ready for you every morning. With fresh coffee, hot sizzlies, and fast, friendly service to keep your morning moving right along. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Meet the Real Radio 104.1 Street Team, powered by Farrah and Farrah, at events all over Central Florida and win great prizes. For a complete listing of upcoming events, visit realradio.fm/events. Sponsored by Farrah and Farrah, Orlando's personal injury attorneys.
People told me I needed to slow down. I told them I don't know how. I'm experiencing things I've only dreamed of. I have my freedom back. So while some days might be harder than others, I know a place I can go where I can feel strong and supported.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest. Help us redefine the future of veteran healthcare.
Explore opportunities at vacareers.va.gov.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
People told me I needed to slow down. I told them I don't know how. I'm experiencing things I've only dreamed of. I have my freedom back. So while some days might be harder than others, I know a place I can go where I can feel strong and supported.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest. Help us redefine the future of veteran healthcare.
Explore opportunities at vacareers.va.gov.
Starting the journey to become a nurse can be confusing, but the first step is surprisingly simple. Join us at Galen College of Nursing's upcoming open house. You'll get to meet advisors, current students, and faculty. Plus, learn about the personalized student support Galen offers to help you succeed in nursing school. RSVP now for our open house on Tuesday, February 18th from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. by visiting galencollege.edu/Orlando.
Scott for Scots here. Your lawn is meant for all things bonus. Bonus relaxing, bonus playing, bonus beauty. But when dollar weed and clover are popping up everywhere, it's time to start cutting them back with Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S. It kills dollar weed and clover and feeds your grass so it grows thick and strong to crowd out future weeds. Now that's worth some bonus points, eh?
Get a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S today. It's guaranteed or your money back.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
Ooh, should we get an app?
Appetizer? Nah, not for me. Trying to save some money, you know?
You know what you need? The Upside app. Gives you cash back on essentials like gas, groceries, and dining. You could earn up to $10 on every restaurant meal.
Upside? What's the catch?
No catch. Just download the free app, claim an offer, and get real cash back at places like Popeyes, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut.
Okay, now that's the app I'm getting.
Download the Upside app and get a 10% bonus on your first restaurant purchase. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
I'm Greg Rosenthal, host of NFL Daily. Join me live from Radio Row in New Orleans. I'll be interviewing the NFL's biggest names all week long. NFL Daily will have you ready for this year's big moment. Will it be Mahomes completing the three-peat or Jalen Hurts avenging their Super Bowl 57 loss? We'll be there on the field after the game. Full recap, interviews with this year's Super Bowl champions. Don't miss it.
Listen to NFL Daily on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow NFL Daily and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Get hired and get a $1,000 sign-in bonus at the Orange County Fleet and Facilities Job Fair on February 6th. Details at OCFL.net.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
Watching a man's heartbreak on live TV is tough, man. Especially when he's 65, like Babyface. It's like watching your dad cry. You ever seen your dad cry? My God. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough to see your dad cry.
Barely.
Then,
what if he does it often?
Well, then it gets less tough, I guess. I don't know. Just for me, whenever if I would walk in the house and there was something, it was very rare, maybe twice. I saw my dad with like one rogue Native American style tear going down his cheek, and I go, oh, something really bad must be going on right now.
I did it.
I know. I'm probably responsible. Good chance that I'm responsible. All right, join us on the show today, as always. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch. Canada is big mad. They are very angry right now. In fact, they've been booing our national anthem all weekend. And I was all ready to go on an anti-Canadian tirade. And then it turns out you NHL fans have ruined it for me because we routinely boo the Canadian national anthem at games. So I go, our moral high ground is not as strong as I'd like it to be here.
Correct.
I wish we could just go, how dare you? We've never done this to you, and for you to boo our national anthem is egregious.
I feel like that is more of a sign of the environment in hockey, not just like an anti-Canadian thing from America. It's just that fans of hockey are more intense with each other. Yeah, they talk a lot more crap in hockey.
Right. And honestly, if there were any Canadians we should look out for, it's probably the hockey fans. They're nut jobs. They're a little crazier than the rest of them. The average Canadian is no threat to, well, anybody, I wouldn't think. But the average hockey fan is an elevated level of threat just because there's madness in your veins. There's something wrong with some of you people. But there was a game. First, it was the Senators game, the Ottawa Senators. I don't know. That game was going on, and everybody starts booing. And then when the Canadian anthem comes on, they're like, the room explodes because of these tariffs that Trump has put on Canada. And you can hear some of it here. Listen. Switch over when it goes to "Oh Canada" from boo to yeah.
Now, was this a clip that was playing, or was there a live U.S. national anthem singer?
I believe there was a singer who was belting that out there.
Tough. That's it's not our fault. It's a gig.
It is not even the only one, because the Toronto Raptors were playing a baseball game. For some reason, our sports leagues feel sorry for America's
They were playing a what?
A basketball game.
Got it.
What did I say before?
Base.
Oops.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe I had some wine too. But the Toronto Raptors were playing at Scotiabank Arena, whatever that means. And they also had some Canadians that were booing the United States national anthem because of these tariffs that were pushed down by the Trump administration. Like a young woman who's going to be singing
poor
this.
Girl.
She just wants to sing the national anthem.
I wonder if she knew going into this that this was a possibility.
They said, "Buckle up, the Canadians are pissed."
Listen, sweetheart, they're going to boo you, but you just keep on pushing through for your country.
No, they're not booing you. They're booing the United States in general right now.
Who you're representing technically, but
right,
keep on going. We'll send you a check.
I mean, I'm not saying they're not going to rush the court and knock you down or something.
Now, do you think this would have been the perfect opportunity to revisit a national anthem performance by Roseanne Arnold? You think if she got out there and was like grabbing her crotch to Canada?
Canada, where do you get off? Where do you get off doing this kind of stuff? Usually booing.
The bathroom.
Yeah.
The booing needs to stop. I'm going to warn you right now. This is a warning from me to you. All right, we have a long history
of you talking smack.
Canada for a while. I saved Canada because your crazy little kids up there, the Canadian kids, like Terrence and Phillip or whatever, were going to shoot up a school teacher and made the news for that. But this, you got to be careful here. I think you're underestimating the amount of crazy that us Americans actually have in our system. Like, we will blow up your country and then afterwards kind of come out of it and go, oh my God.
Who's we?
I didn't know what happened there.
What the hell are you talking about, man?
We is the United States of America, a country which I am part of. So I could say we will blow up your country just for funsies on a lunch break and then realize what we've done afterwards. I wouldn't get too fired up about this, Canada, okay? It's not too late. We can mend the fences. But let's be honest, when we're talking about a trade war between us and you, Canada, what besides oil do we really need that you're piping in? Lumber, we got trees, we got cows for days. Cows and cows and cows.
Why are we getting it from Canada?
Because we probably have some stupid trade agreement with them, like our milk agreement. We've got all kinds of dumb deals. And I don't know if these deals need to be shoved into line by putting tariffs on another country. But I know this, Canada, more than I know anything about the economy or tariffs. If you start pushing Americans too hard, they will respond, okay? This is your final opportunity. You are like a drunk woman who has been picked up for a DUI, and you've been smack-talking the police the entire car ride. And then right before you go to the police station, you can always go, you know what? I'm sorry. I've been inappropriate here. I should not have done this. This was a bad idea on my part. And then the charges aren't as bad.
I don't know if this speech is helping, Sean.
The end result is not as bad.
This is a little bit of a poke here.
C-Lane, as I'm doing this, can you look up the Canadian military specs? What are we even looking at over there? What do you got, Canada, right?
Do we have to go right to the killing and fighting?
I think we're probably going to escalate there if they keep booing our national anthem. I think Americans do not like this.
As of last month, Canada's military had around 68,000 active personnel and 27,000 reserve.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, that's fairly adorable. But, it's kind of a thing that we do around here. And I don't know if it's a Trump thing, if they don't like Trump, or if they don't like the tariffs. They put tariffs back on us, right? We put tariffs on you, you put tariffs back on us. Now we're even here. Yeah, so what? They still did it. They got no moral high ground if they do the same thing back against us. You know what happened with Mexico? All right, this is real talk. Mexico, where the fentanyl, by the way, is actually coming from, because
all of it.
Only a tiny bit of the fentanyl comes from Canada. We haven't found as much coming across that border, despite that being the stated reason for the tariffs. Mexico.
Yeah, nobody goes, we're going to go to Canada to get some drugs.
That's where the good cold stuff comes from.
A little bit for the weed. There was like a window, right, before we had it legal.
I'm sure. Look, I'm sure they get it just like everybody else. But the vast majority of our fentanyl, which was the stated reason for the tariffs, comes from Mexico. Mexico, though, behind the scenes has said, look, chill out a little bit. We'll play ball, okay? We'll figure something out. We'll make an arrangement that works for us. And as a result, Trump said just a matter of minutes ago, okay, we're going to pause any tariffs that we were going to put on Mexico. So while Mexico is sitting pretty and there's nothing going on with their tariffs just yet, Canada reacts in this way, and now it's going to be a mess. It's going to be an absolute mess here between these two countries financially. I don't know what to tell you, Canada, but we are bigger, we are badder, and if push comes to shove, we will absolutely demolish you, okay? It's not that hard to change out your flags and add another little star to ours. We can absolutely arrange this and make this happen.
I wish you wouldn't have broken the things.
And everything's fixed. That's why I'm in a good mood now. Everything over here is fixed.
Now, back to this poor lady who is standing on the basketball court and getting ruthlessly booed for her performance of the national anthem.
Yeah.
Is she allowed to, at some point, realize, like, I got to wrap this up and
go real fast
and just like click on YouTube and go to 2X? She's like, oh, say, can you say, boo, 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 boo. She's like, well, so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, bright stars. Can we do that?
One of the reasons I actually do feel bad for her is because, as you pointed out, they didn't barely get the song started before the booze started to pour in. It was like
before the second breath.
Daniel. Okay, they clap for her. It was like
still
in the O part, and then boo, and that wasn't as questionable as the hockey boo, which it was a roar that kept growing that you could then tell turned from a boo into a cheer when they started singing the O Canada song. This was very clearly just a giant boo right off the jump. They went for
gosh!
Not even a boo, but also stomping of the feet into the stands.
The girls singing the national anthem.
Canadian.
Is 15 years old.
Oh, come on!
And she's from Ontario.
Oh, that's tough. Yeah, it was just a job. She's just doing a gig, and now
But now she has something on the rider. I will only do the Canadian national anthem.
Now I wonder, is this going to be like the NFL and all the Colin Kaepernick stuff? Or are they going to go, well, we can't do the national anthem at the beginning anymore because the Canucks, the Snowbacks, are going to get real angry about this.
Snowbacks?
And they're going
that
to start...
sounds
racist.
Like it's probably very derogatory.
What is
Snowbacks?
They get a little bit of confidence in themselves, and now... they're going to boo every time it plays. I don't know that we can resolve this. We have an actual issue going on here.
They did not have much of a response when Trump on his campaign trail was saying he was going to buy Canada and make it the 51st state.
They responded.
Which,
they have some
if
hats.
it was the other way around, would be just absolutely fireworks, anger, hilarious for people like us.
Well, nobody
sharing
would
the news,
think
but
that it's actually going to happen because Canada could never take over the United States of America. Just wouldn't happen. They don't have enough people. They don't have enough bombs. They don't have enough experience. I'm not sure what you do here, Canada, is my message to our friends up north.
What would you say you do here, really?
And I'm not saying this is over. I'm not saying the bridge is burned. I'm just saying we are in a very bad spot right now.
You have a
okay?
A tank of gasoline right now that you're pouring all over that
Of course I do,
bridge.
because I'm an American, and they're booing
I'm an
my
American
national
too,
anthem.
but it's just a lot.
I just do what I feel as a response to my country being denigrated by these folks who just come from a barren snowland, and I think it's the right thing to do. Well, we'll see. The move is yours. It's the ball is in your court right now, Canada. Lots of responses to this, and the markets were really rough to start out. Let me see how things are going right now in the stock markets. Down 53 points, so that's not bad. It was way down to start. I think it was down 300 or 400 points. And we've got alcohol warfare going on. I'll explain. This will maybe even affect us in some way. A lot of stuff that's very concerning. At the box office this weekend, the #1 movie in the country was, of course, Dogman.
What?
Dogman. Dogman.
Dogman.
From the Captain Underpants universe.
Oh.
Dogman. Yeah, it's very big with little teeny tiny kids. They love this kind of stuff. That was the #1 movie, making $36 million. And that movie with Mark Wahlberg that I saw last week, the second week, it absolutely took a nosedive, man. I don't know if people aren't into that. Mark Wahlberg's character is so gross in that movie. Maybe that has something to do with it. There's just not a big appetite for it in the second weekend out. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Big Doug Millionaire, don't post iHeart stock, details here, please. Okay. My investment in iHeart stock is growing. My strategy there
You mean
is
ours?
expanding. You got some too?
Yeah.
Okay. How are
So
you
now
doing
we're
so
not
far?
telling people about it?
No, everybody should invest. I think they should. I think iHeart stock is way undervalued, and it should go up to a lot higher than that. It was at $20 at some point. Now it's around $2. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm investing in this. So far, the last couple of days haven't been great for my
It really
investment.
is your money where your mouth is, if you think about it.
Yeah, legitimately.
Like, you can't fire me if I'm a shareholder.
It feels more powerful. It feels like now we have a stake in the game.
My
if we do
stake
this.
is very tiny. As a matter of fact, 69 style. I'll explain.
I am at a point now where when the stock starts to turn, I lose a significant amount of money, and I don't necessarily like that.
Oh, wow.
I love to see the stocks when they're green. When they are red, I'm not huge into it yet. I've just been building. I've been stacking a little bit of that iHeart stock, and it's going to go back up. I feel like we got a good plan here in the long run. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Canada, we're not done with you. I've got more to say as the show rolls on. We got more reactions from people, but we haven't even got into the Groundhog. It was Groundhog Day this weekend.
Boring.
So we got to talk about what happened with the whole
we got to do the
film.
yearly Sean plays the Punxsutawney video and craps all over all the people in their top hats and suits. And
Burning Bridges Day. Hello.
I may do that. I'll probably be more aggressive in my commentary on Staten Island Chuck, because that's where I really my dislike grows. But we'll see what happens. That is coming up next in the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, Central Florida, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast on this Monday. And for today, we are going to be expecting warm temperatures to return. Plan for an afternoon high of around 80 degrees today in Orlando, almost 10 degrees above normal for this time of year. We are going to be expecting a partly to mostly cloudy sky. Otherwise, through the rest of this week, we'll stay on the dry side. Temperatures staying in the 80s for highs all the way through Friday and even into parts of next weekend. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting FreshFromFlorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
You wouldn't know it, but most financial advisors are put in a box. I'm Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I want to provide you a little insight about financial advisors. Most financial advisors have to sell what their company requires them to sell, and many advisors have to only adhere to what's called a suitability standard. A suitability standard is a limited standard of care, not requiring what's sold to be best, just suitable. Advisors with this loose standard often have limited investment and product selection. Trajan Wealth is held to a fiduciary standard, which is the highest standard of care in the advisory business. And that's just one of the many reasons we have billions of dollars under our care and attract clients from other advisors. Raise your standards today and call Trajan Wealth. 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
For more than 35 years, Florida Prepaid has been helping families save for college. As the largest, most successful prepaid program in the nation, parents can rest easy knowing their investment is safe and sound because it's protected by the state of Florida. It's the risk-free, worry-free way to save for your child's future, so you have absolutely nothing to lose sleep over. Florida Prepaid open enrollment is now. Plans start at just $29 a month. Enroll today.
Before the Great American Race on Sunday, the high banks of Daytona heat up with a Saturday night showdown in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Experience the intense competition up close on the sport's biggest stage to kick off the 2025 season. The NASCAR Xfinity Series at Daytona International Speedway, Saturday, February 15th. Tickets start at just $49, and kids 12 and under are free in general admission. Secure your seats now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
Thanks for hanging out with us. You can always get more of the show. The podcast is ready for you at any time. Maybe you want to listen to more on the way home or just while you're walking around the neighborhood. God only knows what you're up to, but the links are there at thenewsjunkie.com. It is probably the biggest nerd gathering of every year when Punxsutawney Phil comes out of his hidey hole and they bring him out to see if he sees his shadow or not. And then we all pretend like this is actually some way to predict if the weather's going to suck or be good moving forward.
And it's the same groundhog that has been there for decades.
Yep.
And decades.
Still Phil.
And
yeah.
decades.
Not Phil 15, not replacement Phil, just the same exact one out every single year with these guys that do this. In the top hats and stuff. It's
so cringe to me.
Big nerd energy. Really big nerd energy.
Maybe I'm here looking at this in my entire life from a state that's very far away. That will never have any sort of animal that predicts the weather of Florida because it's constantly hot for the most part.
Right. Yeah.
But so maybe if I grew up there, it would be a whole thing. But just something with the top hats and the coats makes me think like they're dicks all year round, and they're like, you know who I am.
Like these guys,
I have been my great grandfather.
If you go into their houses, they definitely have photos of all this on the walls. I really think this is probably a big part of their personality. The guys who are in this group, and I say guys because I don't see a woman in sight. It's all a bunch of dudes. And it's all white people. It's a very white thing in Pennsylvania. They couldn't dig out anybody to mix it up a little bit here on the stage. All these dudes hanging out with Punxsutawney Phil, and here we go. Now we do the proclamation thing.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. Now on this February 2nd, Punxsutawney Phil, the seer of seers, the prognosticator of all prognosticators, was a...
Look at this thing's face. This groundhog is just like...
I don't want to be here right now.
Can we make the PETA deal? Is it too late to...
They ripped me from my family, and they murdered my friend a couple years ago and covered it up with a new groundhog.
I just wanted to be a groundhog. I just wanted to enjoy my groundhog life, and here I am.
Awakened from his wintry nap at dawn on Gobbler's Knob. Phil looked to the skies and then, speaking in groundhogese, directed the president to the proper scroll, which reads... What a way to start a Sunday fun day.
Oh, my God. The crowd is even groaning at this guy.
Because they have not, they've given the same news for like 6 years now, have they not?
Nobody ever pays attention to it. They literally just go, oh, what did the Groundhog see? And then we forget. We go on to the next thing.
I do think they did the math for it, the stats. Like, isn't
how
he
often
like,
it's right?
Yeah, like 18%. He's gotten it right in all these years.
I'll ask in a second.
I think Amy K will know.
39.
39, never mind.
And 39 in how many years, though?
For 120 plus years, records have been kept. Phil's 6-week prognostications have been correct only about 39% of the time.
Okay, and what is the lifespan of a groundhog? Because I would like to know how many groundhogs they've been through.
About 7 years.
Okay.
However,
they're
all losers.
However, according to
they're there against their will.
According to lore, the legend created by the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club, Punxsutawney Phil is immortal. Normal groundhogs live around 7 years, but Phil drinks a special groundhog punch at the annual picnic that adds 7 years to his life each time. His wife, Phyllis, does not get the special elixir.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's part of the decree? This is so messed up.
There's no women on stage. No women are a part of this. And Punxsutawney Phil's wife doesn't get everlasting elixir.
So they won't even go as far as a female groundhog, you monsters.
Wow, man. That's a wild move right there. So they live 7 years, and they're all terrible. They don't guess very well at the weather, but he's guessing again.
You always said you'd make it here one day. To this place, barely big enough to contain ya. To this sweet Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Why are you cheering?
Go see Pennsylvania! What a weird bunch. I mean, they're just having fun, I guess. And I'm not trying to stomp on that. But it's a weird crew.
We're all here with the elements combined, where Mother Nature meets Father Time.
Knew it.
Yep.
To hear the truth, are those gray skies?
Okay.
Ooh, skies.
To hear the truth, are those gray skies?
I'm off. The first one is cries, but it might be
lies
or dries. So I'm going to go with those.
We'll have to. Are those gray skies bye-byes?
Okay, that's your guess, Sean.
He sees his shadow with his eyes.
Oh, maybe. That's a good guess. Let's see.
Only I know you can't trust AI.
Go home.
That's not on the scroll. I know that. That scroll's too old to talk about AI, idiots.
They felt clever about this, too.
It's Groundhog Day, and maybe life is on a loop.
Swoop.
Poop.
But I miss my burrow. I miss my coop.
Damn it.
So I'm headed back down. There's a shadow up here. Get ready for 6 more weeks of winter this year.
Why are they all cheering?
Look how many people are
That's crazy.
there.
It's a sea of people, but what are they cheering about? 6 more weeks of winter. This is not a good thing. This is a negative thing.
Also, breaking now, those watching the stream, that's the Chiron. Breaking now, fake groundhog who never gets it right predicts 6 more weeks of winter.
This is probably all that happens for the
Nothing to do
Pennsylvania.
with science.
The Pennsylvania cable network. This is their Super Bowl. This is the big event from them. So he saw his shadow, and there's about a 30% chance that we're going to see the 6 more weeks of winter or whatever. I don't know. This just what is a thing. It's a thing that we do every year. We bring the groundhog out. We pretend like this is important stuff. That's not what's important. What's important is that we may have to go to war with Canada. That's the real pressing issue of the moment here.
It's a theme today.
It truly is. Let's see what Trump's saying before we get all set up for Amy Cefell. Our friend Amy K's hanging out with us in a moment.
Increase the tariffs against Canada. Well, it could happen if they do anything. We will. Canada's been very abusive of the United States for many years. They don't allow our banks. Did you know that? Canada does not allow banks to go in. If you think about it, that's pretty amazing. If we have a U.S. bank, they don't allow them to go in. They're very tough on oil, on energy. They don't allow our farm products in, essentially. They don't allow a lot of things in, and we allow everything to come in. It's been a one-way street. We subsidize Canada by the tune of about $200 billion a year.
Damn,
and for what? What do we get out of it? We don't get anything out of it. I love the people of Canada. I disagree with the leadership of Canada. And something's going to happen there. But if they want to play the game, I don't mind. We can play the game all they want. Mexico, we've had very good talks with them. And this is retaliatory. This is retaliatory to a certain extent. Millions of people flowed into our country through Mexico and Canada, and we're not going to allow that.
All right. He says millions of people flow into our country through Mexico and Canada. Now, best as I can tell, I will tell you that not a lot of fentanyl comes in from Canada. I don't think that many illegal immigrants
that storyline, shall we?
flock over the border. I don't think that that's a huge source. My issues with Canadians are other than that. But those were the issues given, and now we're at a bit of a stalemate here. And all I'm doing is watching my iHeart stock and just hoping it doesn't plummet. Just hoping for the best. Oh, the market's down 126 now. Oh, that's not. I want to see anything but that.
I thought iHeart was up today.
iHeart was. Yes, it's still up on the day. Still up on the day. Did I lose $500 on Friday? Maybe I did. But up a couple of dollars today, so that seems like I'll inch my money back in 17 years or so.
Okay.
Another great Sean Watson investment as they happen. All right, we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, our friend Amy Cefell from Fox 35 will be joining us as usual on the show. Always fun to catch up with everything happening in the news with her. Amy Cefell coming up next on the News Junkie.
This is Robert from Rockledge, Florida, and I just won $1,000.
Your next chance to win $1,000 is minutes away, courtesy of Mills Air on Real Radio 104.1.
Traffic's up to speed on most of the major roadways. However, on I-4, there's still some slowdowns before US 27 and after State Road 429. Delays between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. There's an accident slowing down traffic where Orange Blossom Trail meets Osceola Polk Line Road. Emergency crews are clearing up an accident where Severin Boulevard meets La Vista Boulevard. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by In Touch Ministries.
Listen to the In Touch Radio Network on iHeartRadio, featuring the biblically based teachings of Dr. Charles Stanley. Just search for the In Touch Ministries channel on the iHeartRadio app or visit intouch.org.
Starting the journey to become a nurse can be confusing, but the first step is surprisingly simple. Join us at Galen College of Nursing's upcoming open house. You'll get to meet advisors, current students, and faculty. Plus, learn about the personalized student support Galen offers to help you succeed in nursing school. RSVP now for our open house on Tuesday, February 18th from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. by visiting galencollege.edu/Orlando.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Hi, this is Jenny Garth from I Do Part 2. Who do you know on Ozempic or semaglutide right now? Everyone, right? These game-changing weight loss meds are everywhere, and Future Health makes it easy to get started. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickley Group today. Visit thenickleyGroup.com.
Tijuana Flats is back better than ever. I tried the new blackened chicken bowl. So flavorful. Plus, get $2 queso with any bowl or burrito. Next time, I'm trying a burrito with fresh grilled steak at Tijuana Flats. See for yourself.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Great news! You're getting a Gabe store. Do you know about Gabe's? They offer the biggest brands for up to 70% off department store prices. You'll get huge savings on apparel and footwear for the whole family, plus picks for your home from their private label brand, Old Time Pottery. Shop deals on personal care, everyday essentials, and pantry items too. Join the grand opening on February 8th at 1300 West International Speedway Boulevard in Daytona. Doors open at 9 a.m. Gabe's, find your deal.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. B-O-N-U-S. Bonus. That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
Get a little richer. Make sure you answer your phone if you participate in the keyword contest on iHeartRadio. We love you on a Monday. And the best thing about Mondays, the absolute best thing about Mondays is hanging out with our friend Amy Cefell from Fox 35.
Amy.
There she
hey,
is.
guys.
The lovely Amy Cefell joining us here on the show today.
I got to say, a real treat to hear the back and forth, the little behind the scenes for us. The listeners didn't get to hear it. And you are so nice to everyone all the time. Oh, my gosh. I appreciate your attitude.
It was my sweet friend Cassie and I have worked together for a long time. And so Casey, who's normally the person to put everything together and help me out in the newsroom, he's off today. And so Cassie's never done it all by herself before. So anyway, she did an amazing job. She's fabulous.
Nailed
I love her to
Cassie.
pieces.
Well, you look good.
Great.
You sound good. Everything is as good as we could ever expect it to be over here. So that is a home run for her as far as I see it. Well, we have a lot going on this week. It's a busy week before the Super Bowl. We got a lot of security issues people are focused on. We're maybe going to war with Canada. I don't know, Amy. I don't know what's happening here.
Well, there's some developing news in that, Sean, and maybe you guys have already talked about it, so stop me if you did. But the Mexico tariff is now on pause. Did you guys see what happened there, and did you hear why and what was going on?
No, bring us up to speed. I did see that they put a pause on that and that they were having some conversations that they said were, well, going obviously much better than they are on the northern border side of things.
Right. Yeah, and hopefully the same will happen there, too. And I think that was sort of the strategy behind this is like, let's take a hardline approach and let's see what happens. And so the tariffs were supposed to go into effect with Mexico. And Donald Trump has just announced that they will be on hold for a month. And here's why. So this is according to Mexico's president, President Sheinbaum. She says Mexico will reinforce the northern border with 10,000 members of the National Guard immediately to stop drug trafficking from from Mexico into the U.S., in particular fentanyl. And then on the opposite side of things, she says the United States will commit to stopping the flow of high-powered weapons into Mexico, which, of course, is what the cartel wants. They want those high-powered weapons. So it sounds like they have maybe come together and come to some sort of agreement about how that's going to work.
Right.
No word on what's happening with Canada, but at least that's some good news there. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and the interesting there is it sounds like it's set up so both countries can claim a victory. So Mexico can go, the evil U.S. weapons aren't coming into our country anymore, and we could go, the fentanyl's not coming into our, and both leaders get to kind of go, okay, we made an agreement here. And then that seems to put more pressure, I would think, on Canada to come up with some arrangement that works for that deal too. I don't know. I've got investments. I'm over here wondering if all my stocks are just going to disappear, Amy. I don't know what's going on.
Are you into investments like that, Amy?
I mean, so I'm kind of like, I take a hands-off approach. Basically, I put it in there and, the 401k, and then I just kind of like, I'm like, I wouldn't call myself too conservative, but I try to be like pretty conservative with it. And then usually everything works out okay. But like we've all lived through some hard times, 2008 and the market crash was pretty horrific for a lot of people. And some people are still recovering from that. But it is interesting to see how there is a direct impact on the market. And I don't know if you guys remember, but the new White House press secretary, her name is Caroline Leavitt. She was in the middle of that news conference on Friday. And in the midst of the news conference, the markets were having a gangbusters day. And as soon as she announced that starting tomorrow, meaning Saturday, these tariffs will go into effect, the markets immediately just went, and started going down. So there is a direct correlation.
Right. They don't want the trade war stuff to happen. Yeah. But also it would be fantastic if we found out secretly that Amy was a big crypto person and she was like a crypto genius billionaire. And I can believe it. You're smart enough to pull it off.
I don't understand any of it, Sean.
Me either.
I don't get it.
She strikes me as more of an NFT girl.
Yeah, because those are still a thing out there somehow. So that's a big thing. Obviously, we're watching that. We got a lot more as the show rolls on and the reaction from the Canadians. And what else is happening in your world? What is on your radar today?
Well, a couple of things that we're continuing to follow up on the plane crashes in both Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. We're starting to see, they're continuing to recover bodies today. I don't know if you guys saw, but they did recover the black box from the Philly air crash.
Yeah, I can't believe
they found that
the turn of events with that. And I feel a little, maybe I've been doing this long enough that this is going to be the hot topic for the next 2 months.
Yeah. The craziest thing was
anything that goes wrong with planes is going to be the headline.
Yes, because I've already seen a couple of stories today with like minor things that they're trying to say. The airline industry is falling apart. This is like story selection stuff that happens. But the Philly plane crash, my God, what a horrific story in so many ways.
Awful.
And I'm not sure, Celia and Sabrina, how much you guys were watching this, but the details that came in just started getting worse and worse. They said, this was a person who was a young girl from Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Who got flown in on this private air ambulance because she needed life-saving help at a hospital, and then was leaving the United States.
Got the life-saving help.
Yeah.
Life saved. Right.
And then the plane, within a minute of takeoff, was crashed into this area in Pennsylvania.
Explosion.
And the plane, the footage I saw...
it was fully fueled.
The footage I saw, Amy, I don't know, it seemed like it was just like a missile or something. It just was full speed into the ground.
It went into some kind of stall, and that's, of course, what they're still trying to figure out. They say there was no communication from the plane right after this happened. So the plane had only gotten 3 miles from the airport. It was only, only in the air for maybe a minute or two when there was some type of stall. Something happened. They believe there was maybe perhaps a shift within the plane. It was a Learjet, and like a shift meaning that like maybe there was some heavy weight. You know how they're very careful. I mean, you guys have probably happened this to you. Like you go to, there's an image of it. It's just horrific. You can go get onto a plane. And even if the plane's not crowded, the flight attendant will tell you, please sit where you're supposed to sit, because the reason being is that they are very careful to make sure that the plane is balanced as far as weight is concerned, right? So there is some talk that there was a weight shift within the plane. There was no communication from the pilot to the tower or vice versa, unlike what we saw in the DC, crash, that there was communication from the tower to the helicopter pilot. Maybe not the clearest communication, which is something they're looking into. But now we're also learning more about what was going on with the helicopter, that it was too high, that there were some certain things going on with where the Black Hawk was. So it may have been a combination of something, the Black Hawk was not in the right position and the tower was short-staffed.
Yeah.
So kind of a deadly combo there. So anyway, there's so much going on. And thankfully we have Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University up in Daytona. We have been using them as kind of our experts, and also the Florida Technical University as well. They've got some good experts. So that's been helpful, but there's just a lot to dissect. And then to have two crashes back to back like that, it's just horrific.
It's got people panicking about everything to do with airplane related stories. And I got to tell you, some of the behavior I saw over the weekend, it was mostly from right-aligned people, right-wing people online, who I think they've been justified in many ways in going after all the woke stuff for a whole bunch of years. But now some of them have turned into like people worse than the people that they hated. And I bring this up specifically in relation to the pilot or one of the people in the crew of the Black Hawk, where first her family didn't want to release her name. And it's kind of puzzling, like, why don't you want to release her name? And then you go, well, okay, I see why you don't want to release your name now that it's been released. They released this woman's name who was on the crew, and there's all sorts of fan fiction about how it's because she was a woman, maybe she's a lesbian, and like all these things are somehow responsible for the crash.
Dock someone who was alive.
The
saying
trans
that it was
person,
a transgender person who had to literally take a video and say, hey, I'm alive.
Yeah.
This is terrible. And then the poor family was grieving over this horrific accident, has to also say, this is proof that our daughter was the pilot or was part of this crew and died. Please stop bringing her race and gender into this.
Well, I saw
sexual
there was
orientation.
A bunch of people online over the weekend, and when I say online, I'm talking about social media platforms, and probably almost exclusively Twitter, if I'm honest with you, right?
Facebook,
so
Instagram, Twitter, y'all
Threads doesn't do it, I know that.
No, her family members, they said, scrubbed all of her social media profiles. I don't know how true that is, but they said, well, this is very suspicious. And I thought, well, what do you think you're going to find on these? All you're going to see if you leave up these social media profiles is everybody pour over every last detail to find out why this woman was a secret lesbian terrorist or something. It's just it was very weird. And I thought, let them investigate what happened in this crash. And then hopefully we'll get a very honest review of what went down. And then we can move on from there. But I don't know. That was really disheartening to see some of the reaction there this weekend.
Everybody thinks they're an expert.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah, everybody thinks they're an expert, right? Because they have a keyboard.
And is that what we're expecting for everything horrible that happens moving forward? And honest, part two, do you think it would have been so quick and so intense had Trump not made the remarks he did for the initial press conference less than 24 hours later?
It probably made things worse because I think a lot of people said the reason he said this, he must have known more information. So I think there was probably a lot of that was baked into it. People are just dumb. I mean, Amy's not wrong in saying everybody with a keyboard thinks afterwards they can properly diagnose what happened in two different planes or
lot
aviation
of ATC
vehicles.
Experts online these days.
Things that they've never flown themselves, that they don't know anything about, and everybody just knows, oh, here's what happened, here's why this went down. I
can tell you what the Embry-Riddle professor that we had on this morning told us, and I thought this was really interesting. And he said really a lot of the issues go back to COVID. And you guys remember it wasn't just, there were a lot of people that retired in a lot of different professions during COVID. right? Because it became, one, difficult to go to work. People were concerned about their health. So there were a lot of things that were going on. And so what happened with air traffic controllers, just like it happened with pilots and flight attendants, right, who were concerned about flying or continuing to fly during that period, is that they retired early. And so that happened with air traffic controllers as well. And so what he talked about is there's a very specific set of safety courses that these air traffic controllers have to go through in order to be up to speed. They're not going to just throw anybody into a tower.
No, it takes a while.
That is partly why the towers are so short-staffed right now. And so that again is just one piece of the puzzle. But he talked about the program they have at Embry-Riddle and what a good job they do in training and trying to get them up to speed. But you can't do that. It's not like this is something you can just speed up. Nobody wants a pilot or a doctor or an air traffic controller who has had a sped up process of getting their degree.
Right. No, I saw that it takes, I don't know if they said 1.5 years or 2 years to go down the whole pipeline to be qualified to do that. And everybody rips these air traffic controllers apart. But if you look at air travel in the United States of America, obviously you have some recent examples that don't look so great, but generally speaking, it's a pretty safe way to travel.
Very safe. Yes.
Yeah, right. It's not like you go, wow, the air traffic control people are really screwing up everywhere. No.
And I did hear a lot of people last Thursday repeating that fact, and I go, well, today's really not the right time to
timing is bad.
To say that. Like, we get it. I see what you're trying to get across there, but but now it's kind of, we're far enough away to go. Yes, a couple bad things have happened recently, but for the most part, everybody that takes off comes back down safely.
Yeah.
It's still the fastest, safest way to travel. And you guys think about my mom. I was having a discussion with my mom last week. She was really upset about what happened. And she said, now I'm going to be nervous every time you fly. And I said, think about this. It's been 16 years since there's been a major commercial air disaster in this country. Think of how many people have died in a car accident in those 16 years, right?
Tons.
Compared that, right? And it's awful, and you hate to do that comparison, but it's true. I mean, even though there have been some near misses, there have been some close calls over the last couple of years, and those things are things that are avoidable, and we need to work on that. It's still the safest way to get somewhere.
I mean, I'm right there with your mom. I have a flight at the end of the month, and a long one. I'm going to California.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to show up early so I can just have a word with the pilot. Just kind of say, how you doing? How you feeling? Everything good? Just know I'm going to be thinking I'm dying the entire flight, sir. Thank you so much. Or ma'am.
Yeah, this stuff doesn't help much. I don't think.
No, it's not. And it's like my algorithm sucks right now because it's everything that's ever happened when it comes to flights and mishaps.
Yeah.
So happy
scary.
Monday.
and also the nature of the beast in 2025, Amy, is not only do these things happen, but boy, do we get video from every angle.
Oh, gosh, I know.
Everybody films everything. It's just crazy to see.
I know.
Have you ever bought anything, Amy, on Temu or Shine or these really cheap
I thought it was
websites?
Shein. Is it Shine or Shein?
Shein, you're probably right. Temu or Shein.
No, but my kids have.
They have? I guess as a result of some of this tariff stuff, they closed some loophole called the de minimis provision, and nobody's really talking about this yet, but they're suggesting that it's going to completely shut down all of those online retailers like Temu and Shein and all these places where you can buy super cheap stuff. Alibaba, I don't know if that falls under this too. It might actually. But there was this provision that allowed them to sell directly to Americans and sell small quantities of stuff that weren't being imported to be resold, and I guess they've closed this loophole. And
that
now
means Temu's going to get more expensive.
It might mean they shut down.
Because I will do like a whole bulk order before it all gets very
possibly.
expensive.
You need to get it in now. Get all of your stuff in now
with Party City because Party City closed, everywhere, and so I went to the closing sale and I bought so many.
Did
things
you get a ton of stuff
that I don't need? I mean, I just each aisle is just like, yep, I'll use this eventually. Oh, okay. $12 fog machine, brand new. Got it. No problem.
We were driving by a Party City recently, and Ashley was like, should we just go in and get stuff for
the answer would
Jackson's
be
next,
yes.
5 birthdays?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what are we just going to have a tub of his birthday stuff for the next 10 years around?
What if he doesn't like Thomas the Train when he's 2?
Exactly.
That's okay. There's plenty of generic. If you guys didn't end up doing that, just hit me up when for the 4-year birthday. I have plenty of items.
Well, for 2, it's Oktoberfest.
Sabrina's going to open up her own party store in her house.
Oh, you bet. Sabby
Amy,
City.
Were you familiar with this movie that was #1 this weekend, Dog Man? You got kids. I don't know if they're too old.
Oh, so Colton used to love those books.
Did he?
Yeah.
You know what's weird?
Yeah, when he was little, he loved them.
First one of those was when I was probably Colton's age.
Oh,
Was it
Captain
really?
Underpants.
Did you love it, Sabrina?
I did love it. And
Captain
I bought 'em
Underpants.
every time
Yeah,
there
it
was
was
a
the
book
best.
fair was Captain Underpants. I did not know that they're making movies and have like spin-offs now.
You guys want to know
so cute.
only just slightly mildly interesting fact that you'll say to and then forget about for the rest of your day?
Okay.
Dogman is responsible for 15% of all comic book sales for the entire year of 2024.
Huh.
Oh my gosh, really?
See? Huh? All right. This is a little tidbit I wanted to share with both of you. all of you.
What's the
You could have
what's the
skipped today and
85%?
not known that.
She says, what's the 85%? And little does she know, she's now wandered into something I absolutely do not know. Marvel.
Do you know what's funny? When I was a kid, the only comic strip books that I liked were the Garfield ones, and I would collect like all the Garfield little comic books.
Yeah.
And I loved those when I was little.
I love
they were so cute.
Calvin and Hobbes was the one I
Calvin
was,
and Hobbes was good.
I was very much into that. But now it's all about Dogman. I guess they're big into the Dogman, these young kids. Okay. Well, it's always a pleasure talking to you. You explain the world to us each week and get us started off for real here on the show.
And a positive attitude, which we appreciate.
Yeah,
I love you
You're
guys.
an amazing human being, and we absolutely love you too.
I've been I've had to be a little tough on the kid lately, Amy, because he likes playing with the remote too much, and he starts turning off your show.
Oh, my
gosh. I say, I'm going to tell Amy you turned off her show. I'm going to tell her.
Lane.
So you better.
Gosh, look at little C-Lane.
Exactly like him. It's wild.
He does.
He seriously does. He is your spitting image. He's the cutest stinking thing.
Yeah, he looks exactly like
stinky.
Ceylon.
Oh my gosh.
There
I
he
love
goes.
him.
And now he gets a hold of that thing and runs around with it.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He
boy.
only likes the remote that works. Unfortunately, we've given him so many dead remotes.
Good man.
All right.
He's smart.
There she goes. Amy Cefell.
Love you guys. Have a great week.
She's the best of the best. Make sure you're watching each and every day on GDO. That's Good Day Orlando if you're here in town. If you are anywhere else, I'm telling you, it's the best way to get a real grasp of what's happening in the world is to go to fox35orlando.com. I do it every morning. It's an important part of this show, and that's why we love to chat with Amy here on Mondays. Amy, we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys. Love
There
ya.
she goes.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't forget to watch the Super Bowl.
Yes, of course.
Go Sports.
Yeah, go. I'm really rooting for that one team. I still don't know who's in
I'm
the
going to
Super
go
Bowl this year.
Eagles.
Eagles. Yes. All right. I'll stick with that.
Just
All right.
watch it on Fox. That's all you need to do.
Yes, absolutely. We'll be tuned
There
in.
you go.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk more about what's happening with the markets, the tariffs. Oh, no, the Super Bowl. We had to talk about what's happening there because the government wants Taylor Swift to do something before the Super Bowl. And this seems real crazy, but we'll see what it is. That's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Watch out for an accident on Semorin Boulevard near La Vista Boulevard. Traffic is slowing down on I-4 before US 27 and after State Road 429. There's delays on Orange Blossom Trail near the Ramp Junction where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet. There's construction partially blocking the off-ramp from I-4 westbound to Buena Vista Drive. Travel with caution through there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the 47 Morning Update.
If you voted for Donald Trump, then you've got to start your day with the 47 Morning Update with me, Ben Ferguson. All the headlines from Trump's Oval Office, it's quick, it's bold, and it's unfiltered. So download the 47 Morning Update now wherever you get your podcasts.
Galen College of Nursing is opening a new campus in Orlando, bringing our now approach to nursing education to Central Florida. With the on-demand resources you need, we'll do everything we can to support you right now. Learn more at galencollege.edu/Orlando.
Orlando's signature event is back. The Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard returns to Bay Hill March 3rd through 9th. Watch your favorite PGA Tour pros define their legacy at a tournament as iconic as its namesake. Score a high five at the fan deck. Relive the vibes at Throwback Thursday with Corksicle. And savor every swing at Wine and Dine on 9 presented by Carmel Road Winery. Plus experience the all-new lake house for unbeatable views of the action. Where will you be when a new champion is crowned? Secure your spot at ArnoldPalmerInvitational.com.
Monster BTK, the latest installment of the critically acclaimed Monster franchise, exposes the chilling story of one of America's most infamous cases that shook Wichita, Kansas to its core.
When people said BTK, you think of a wild-eyed Manson-like character. What we didn't understand is he was the guy next door.
Listen to Monster BTK on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Monster BTK to start listening.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickley.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Look, as you go through your social media and see the photographs of Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, see all those smiling faces, those friends and family enjoying each other's time, don't you want to do that as much as possible? I know you do. Well, Life Imaging FLA can help you do that with their free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value, but the information it gives you can save your life. Don't be reactive, be proactive. Take care of this beforehand. Don't wait for a symptom. And don't forget, it takes no time at all. No dyes, no injections. You keep your clothes on, and the entire process only takes a few minutes. So do what I did, what my wife did, what my in-laws did, and what hundreds of Central Floridians are doing. Make that call today and take control of your long-term health care. Here's how you make your appointment. Just pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They will connect you in seconds. Take advantage of this offer and take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Ooh, should we get an app?
Appetizer? Nah, not for me. Trying to save some money, you know?
You know what you need? The Upside app. Gives you cash back on essentials like gas, groceries, and dining. You could earn up to $10 on every restaurant meal.
Upside? What's the catch?
No catch. Just download the free app, claim an offer, and get real cash back at places like Popeyes, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut.
Okay, now that's the app I'm getting.
Download the Upside app and get a 10% bonus on your first restaurant purchase. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
In today's Marketers Report, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, weighs in on audio's ability to reach any audience.
Everyone is listening somewhere, somehow. So it's a great way to take something very precise in what we're trying to do to reach patients with something that I think we can all agree is somewhat broad in reaching many, many different audiences.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. It's the only place to see the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more. It's big-time fun for the whole family. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Camping World Stadium March 1st. Brought to you by BKT Tires, Morgan & Morgan, and your local Ford dealers.
The following heartwarming yet informative scene is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Son, your grandpa and I used to work on this car together, and when I'm gone, I want you to have it.
Wow. Thanks, Dad. Doesn't count. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. Designed by attorneys, but customized by you can easily create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. Now, let's let the engine do the talking, am I right? Start your will at trustandwill.com. Use offer code COUNT for 10% off and make it count. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. For details, see trustandwill.com.
Come watch athletes compete at the 12th Annual Scottish Highland Festival in Mount Dora, February 14th through 16th. Enjoy live Celtic music, traditional foods, and shop the unique vendors. The event is sponsored by Guinness Beer. Discount Discover Lake and the city of Mount Dora. Get your tickets at mountdorascott.com.
Explore HVAC and maintenance tech opportunities at the Orange County Fleet and Facilities Job Fair. Apply, interview, and get hired same day. Plus, earn a $1,000 sign-on bonus. Thursday, February 6th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Orange County Facilities Building in Orlando. Learn more at ocfl.net.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vix.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vix. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
In a world where every second counts,
immigration raids are still underway across the country.
iHeartRadio has one podcast that keeps you informed. 24/7 News. The latest. Today's latest news every hour in just 4 minutes.
DeepSeek launched its AI model R1 last week.
Be the first to know.
President Trump has sent a loud and clear message.
iHeartRadio's 24/7 News. The latest. Open the free iHeart app and listen now.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
No one's really sure what all C-Lane's buttons actually do. This is the news.
You can see the countdown timer over on the newsjunkie.com. Go to the website, thenewsjunkie.com, hit merch, and you'll see the countdown timer. And when that hits 0, bam, a very special design drop will appear, and you'll be able to get your hands on it this week. So keep your eyes on that over on the website. This is maybe one of the more weird things I've seen happen in a while, and I guess that says something. I just don't understand the point of this so much. But we have, obviously, a new administration coming in. We have a new head of the DEA, which is the Drug Enforcement Agency, I believe. And the guy who's in charge now is saying, his name is Derek Maltz, and he's saying...
It's administration, the Drug Enforcement Administration.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Drug Enforcement Administration Chief. And Derek Maltz is saying, we need Taylor Swift to do something before the Super Bowl. And I said, okay, this is a little strange. And they want other celebrities to do this too. But I don't know if I've seen this called out before. And the story I'm looking at says DEA chief calls out Taylor Swift and other celebs for anti-drug assist at the Super Bowl. Okay. And he says, we need their help, right? And he says that he's calling on super hot celebrities to step up and spread his anti-drug message during Sunday's big game.
I just, if you're given this new position that has, DA has been around for a long time, is that on the top of the priority list as
this
far
is number
as
one.
enforcing
Yes.
the drugs?
This is number one. This is the number one thing. He says, here's the thing. Taylor Swift has 300 million followers. If she did one 30-second video about the dangers of synthetic drugs, she could literally save thousands and thousands of young kids because they listen to her, they follow her, and they love her.
They're just waiting on her word to stop doing drugs or think about trying them?
I thought, imagine the pressure of being a Taylor Swift where you go, if I don't do this because, you know, I don't know a whole lot about synthetic drugs, if I don't do this, people die. And if I do this, people will be perplexed as to why I just posted this to begin with.
Hey, guys, it's me, Taylor. You know what's not a love story? Dying from synthetic drugs. Don't
Fentanyl.
do them.
What? That's so weird.
Spend that money on my concert next year.
Like, imagine it's you and the DEA is going...
If you have the urge to do drugs, you should shake it off.
Imagine the head of the DEA is going, I need you to save the kids. I need you to post a video about how these drugs like fentanyl, these synthetic drugs are dangerous.
Yeah, is it that important to you, DEA? Then pay for it. Pay
so weird.
For it. This whole idea that, like, because she has her 300 million followers and she could save a lot of lives, that doesn't mean she just, starts handing out free PSAs to people.
Yeah, why is it her job? And hold on, not for nothing. And I'm not the guy, because I think there's people who get deranged in their hate for Elon Musk. Like, there are people who go nutso hating Elon Musk. When I see this, I go, C-Lane, can you see how many followers he has on Twitter/X, Elon Musk? I don't know if he has 300 million, but I know he has a lot, and he literally works for the administration. Why don't you go over to him and say, hey, you work with us. You're worried about fentanyl. I saw you tweeting about that.
215.6 million followers.
Okay.
So it's very close.
215 million. Why wouldn't Elon Musk be the one to make the video? You go straight to Taylor Swift, and you got to make this video during the Super Bowl.
Oh, gosh. His latest tweet. So time to confess. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that this was a big conspiracy that everybody was worried about. But media reports saying that Doge has some of the world's best software engineers are in fact true.
Oh, they got it.
Time to confess.
I don't know what's going on there with Doge.
This rumor that you've been hearing about us being really good, it's true.
I know they're trying to get everybody fired. They're trying to get everybody to actually take a buyout, which is hilarious because the letter that they sent them was so rude. The letter that they sent them said, you don't have to work for the next 6 months. You could go on a vacation somewhere. You should maybe think about getting a job where you actually do something for the country and not a job in the government, which I don't disagree with, but still it's kind of brutal to put it in the email to these people. They said, take the buyout. Get out of here. They're trying to weed out all the pink-haired girls who work at this place and don't like Trump. And they're trying to do it with these buyouts. And I guess Doge is in all of the coffers trying to figure out what we wasted money on. Maybe that could be a good thing. It's kind of curious that we don't know exactly what they're doing, though. That seems weird. And then the DEA is just saying none of that matters.
They pretty much exist to give Elon a pass to the White House.
Yeah, he's in there now. But Taylor Swift, you're going to kill kids if you don't get out there and do a Super Bowl commercial. I know you don't know anything about synthetic drugs, but just make stuff up. Hey, kids, if you do synthetic drugs, terrorists win. Hey, kids, if you do synthetic drugs, your penis will shrink on average 50% of its overall length and girth. Just throw out some stuff, Taylor. Address the kids
I don't think
and fix
Taylor
the problem.
needs to be addressing kids' penises. Thank you.
It's just part of the threat for the fentanyl thing. You got to have a little bit of a stick to, wield as you want to get these kids to get off the fentanyl. Are young kids doing fentanyl?
I don't know.
I don't think on purpose. I thought
like weirdo Gen Xers and like millennials were doing the fentanyl.
Yeah.
I thought the bigger problem was that they were using fentanyl to cut stuff. Do people like? I know that
I
the
feel
answer
like
is
heavy
yes.
drug users are going to fentanyl to get the next level up, but not your first timers.
Yeah. This says drug poisonings. This is from the DEA, so they're the Taylor Swift people. Drug poisonings are a leading cause of death for Americans aged 18 to 45, according to
big
this.
span.
18 to 45. People over 45 just stop immediately. They go, what was I thinking?
Yeah, for
fentanyl.
sure.
That was a stupid idea.
I'm not going to live forever.
I shouldn't have done that. Let's go back to the Canada warfare real quickly. And the Canadians are, as I said, big mad. Some of these things that I saw, 8.6 million views on this. Dean from Winnipeg says, shut off the electricity to America now. Let those arrogant bastards freeze in the dark, says this Canadian from Winnipeg who has 8.6 million views and wants to cut off our electricity. Because
how are the community
tariffs.
notes looking on this one?
Let's see. Community notes. Canada is dependent on refined petroleum exports from the USA. No note needed. So nobody's nailed them with a note that's stuck just yet. Those are all proposed. The top one says, question, why exactly does the Canadian citizens hate American citizens so much? Dean from Winnipeg, huh? You want to cut off our electricity? And then they're even talking about doing something more dastardly. I couldn't believe this was real. I'll try to pump the volume up on this.
Pump up the volume. Pump up.
Because somebody recorded their TV.
Dance.
Here we go. Let's see. Let me get this going.
The lobbying, and also applies to the energy, hydroelectricity from Ontario, from Quebec. Yeah.
This is Canadian TV news talking about this.
Reactions are going to take. If a lot of Americans get their electricity in a lot of houses from Canada. Yeah. Super Bowl Sunday's coming up. It's just you need power to watch that game. It might be an interesting moment to try something if you want to get really.
What are you saying, Canuck? What are you?
Listen, Snowback.
He's going to turn off the power during the Super Bowl?
Why are we getting our power from them?
We buy crude oil, and I guess that they ship some power down to the folks in the Northeast of the United States.
Crudest part is being their ability to take it away, huh?
It is. It truly is. And I'll tell you, Canada, one good way to wean Americans off your power is to, in moments like this, threaten that you're going to turn it off during the Super Bowl. Quick break. When we return, we will get to the next episode. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Diddy is reportedly in the hospital awaiting trial, and Ryan Reynolds reportedly waits for no one because they're all paid to be there. We bid adieu to Dick Buttons and the spokesperson for 9 Lives, minus 9 lives, plus Mr. West and Mrs. Breast out on the Grammy carpet. Also, Illusion, all that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, we'll talk about the Grammys and how Trump's tariffs may affect your pocketbook. At 4:20, it's sports with Brandon Kravitz. For trivia, it's a pack of tickets to Monster Jam, including pit passes. At 6:20, Ray Trinley drops by from TK Law. 4 opportunities for you to win $1,000 plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Broadcasting live from the Cool Today Weather Center at cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Monday, we are going to be expecting a partly to mostly cloudy sky, but temperatures will still be on the warmer side. Plan for a high of 80 degrees this afternoon, and temperatures will really only go up from here. We'll be expecting highs to approach the mid-80s through about midweek, but we'll hold steady in the 80s all the way into parts of next weekend. We'll also stay on the dry side, too, with plenty of sunshine throughout this week. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
This month, visit House of Blues Orlando and support Heartbeats for Hope, raising funds for the Advent Health for Children's music therapy program during our month of love. Help children in the hospital experience the magic of music and its healing power. Heartbeats for Hope, because every beat counts. Visit House of Blues this February and show your love and support.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guaranteed details at TurboTax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Jay, why is auto insurance so expensive? I need to get insured, but I need a better solution.
Vic, you should call Acceptance. Acceptance had better rates, better options, and better customer service than my previous company. Acceptance was just better. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Really? Do you have their number?
800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance work better for you. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on a Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012994.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, renowned biographer Walter Isaacson tells the story of the man who created the 21st century, Steve Jobs. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Story.
Great news! You're getting a Gabe's store. Do you know about Gabe's? They offer the biggest brands for up to 70% off department store prices. You'll get huge savings on apparel and footwear for the whole family, plus picks for your home from their private label brand Old Time Pottery. Shop deals on personal care, everyday essentials, and pantry items too. Join the grand opening on February 8th at 1300 West International Speedway Boulevard in Daytona. Doors open at 9 a.m. Gabe's, find your deal.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vix VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Get ready for our 2025 iHeart Podcast Awards.
March 10th, we'll honor the very best in podcasting from the past year and celebrate the most innovative talent and creators in the industry. And you'll help decide who wins Podcast of the Year.
Nominees include Normal Gossip,
3,
Giggly Squad,
Call Her Daddy,
Las Culturistas with Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang,
Hysterical,
The Telepathy Tapes,
Who Killed JFK,
Empire City, the untold origin story of the NYPD,
The Good Whale. Vote now at iHeartPodcastAwards.com.
Audible is a proud sponsor of the Audible Audio Pioneer Award. Explore the best selection of audiobooks plus podcasts and originals, all in one easy app. Audible, there's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Radio 104.1.
A safe haven of sorts for all of the 95%ers. This is...
The world of entertainment and beyond. And I'm sure some of the stuff happening at the Grammys, which it got weird, man. It was a weird time over at the Grammys. So we'll explore that momentarily. Missed any of the show, or maybe you just want to hang out with us for a little longer. Get the podcast for free over on thenewsjunkie.com. Right now, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about? Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode.
Great radio.
With Sabrina. Hey.
Would you believe me if I edited 2 minutes out of that?
We kept going. We were just mumbling and groaning.
Yeah, it was a Haunted Mansion story. I loved it. Great times.
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. Also, great times working with that mortgage guy, Don. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com to start the process of what you ask. Perhaps buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, refinancing that beautiful dream home you already own, reverse mortgages, expanding your business, everything in between. Work with an expert and a friend by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
It was 22 years ago, 2003. The songwriter / producer, one of his most notable songs. It's not
Sean Lawson.
No.
It rhymes with
Run.
That's the name of the song now. Who was
the Shondas?
The producer behind it?
Phil Spector.
That is correct.
Damn.
2 points.
That's gross, dude.
Selena.
His dad's name's Bill.
Oh. Anyways. Thank God your dad didn't do this. Was on the stage. He was arrested for the murder of a B-movie star by the name of Lana Clarkson.
All right.
He claimed she committed suicide, or as he tactfully put it, and I quote, kissed the gun.
Oof.
There you see her. Spector's first trial ended in a hung
That
jury.
song would be so much darker.
Kiss the gun.
Kiss the gun.
She wants to kill herself. He was convicted.
Have you ever thought of suicide?
Exactly. So now you know what it's like to be in my head all the time, and I stop myself.
Wait, what?
Not just as far as inappropriateness. Like I would have made the whole song, but then I stopped at that first one.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're all thinking of lyrics. It's sick, guys. Someone died.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la, don't be scared. That one you don't even have to change.
Yeah. Any hoodles, he was convicted in a second trial, sentenced to 19 years to life. He was still behind bars up until he died of COVID.
Fatality. Oh, damn. Got him.
So let's go to the people that are alive at the Grammys.
Yes!
It was just as much about the music as it was about the LA fires. I felt like every 2 seconds, I didn't watch the entirety of it, but it was in pieces, and then we'd go back. We're rewatching Breaking Bad before it leaves Netflix. So now I'm dreaming in high-powered meth dealer.
Oh,
which is
okay.
very
So
strange.
are you a high-powered meth dealer in these dreams, or is somebody else?
It's been a little bit of both.
Wow.
I've played the role of like a Pinkman, and I've played the role of a Gus from Pollos Locos.
Are you good as a drug-dealing queen pin, if you will?
I didn't die. I didn't kiss a gun.
Nice.
At least for now. We're still on season 3. But they raised, it was every 2 seconds, Trevor Noah, I believe, was mentioning the LA fires and the QR codes that are available for those present, and then everything on the screen. And then when he came back from commercial, he'd give a shout out to people that donated, which seems wild, but they ended up raising $7 million.
That's like being in church, and when they're passing around the tray, they're like, oh, look at this. Janet just put $55 in. Look at that.
When we did it in the Catholic church, it was silent, but then you can get it from your prayer mode to give your check or your dollar bills in the very long bucket that they would pass around.
Hey, question. I don't know if anybody...
Never told us how much they made, but I imagine it was in the thousands.
I don't know if anybody knows the answer to this question. Do they now, because it's 2025 and we got new technology and all this stuff, do they now use things like Venmo and other payment things in church?
I wouldn't be surprised if they have a QR code instead.
Yeah, it would be smart if they did that. I wonder if they do.
I haven't been to church in a while.
It's been a while for me. It's been a few Christmases.
Samesies.
So the show even ended with local firefighters being brought on stage to be cheered by the crowd and to announce the album of the year. And so perfectly timed. Morning of the Grammys was the teaser for the Cowboy Carter tour. We didn't remember she had postponed the announcement because of the LA fires. Now we're doing full circle.
Oh, yeah, we thought that was weird.
And then she's like, here's a picture. We're doing a tour. It's not a new album. It's a tour. And then she wins Album of the Year. She also won Country Album of the Year, which got a lot of people pissed off. I'm sorry, but she here. And that's what you sound like. And then this morning they announced the dates and the places and the pre-sales and the sign-ups. But that's
I hate to do
neither
this
here
to you.
nor there. What?
Who else was up for Album of the Year? Do you know, or do you just have that she won?
Taylor Swift.
All
I
right.
just saw this list last night.
Let's see. New Blue Sun by Andre 3000.
That was the flute one. That was the flute album.
Short and Sweet, Sabrina Carpenter. Brat, Charlie XCX.
Yes.
Jesse Volume 4 by Jacob Collier. Never heard of it.
Who?
That's why I didn't win.
Hit Me Hard and Soft, Billie Eilish.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, there was an album called that. The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess, Chappell Roan, and Taylor Swift Tortured Poets Department.
Damn, it's almost all women except for Andre 3000 and the other random dude.
But this was Beyonce's first win in the category despite 4 previous nominations. She's the most awarded and nominated artist in Grammy history. Cowboy Carter, of course, like I said, won Best Country Album. In addition to honoring first responders, the show raised $7 million. There were several musical tributes to the city as well. We had Randy Newman's I Love L.A. performed by the band Dows.
All right. I've heard of them, actually. I've seen their name on a flyer or something.
Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars did California Dreamin'. Also, surprise performance by The Weeknd. So I guess he settled his beef with the Academy at one point. Will Smith narrated tribute to Quincy Jones. I gotta say, I watched that whole thing. Kind of strange. I did like Janelle Monáe's performance of Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. My favorite part, though, was her jumping on the back of a giant security guard and talking into the camera, and then he just dropped her off back on stage. And with that, damn it, I've run out of time.
No, you're okay.
Not a good night for Drake, though, because they not like us. Just sweeped it. Multiple awards, Song of the Year and Record of the Year. And this will make Kendrick's the first ever diss song to win a Grammy, the most awarded rap song in Grammy's history. And he wore, I don't know if it was on purpose, people were whispering, the Canadian tuxedo. He wore jean on jean.
Oh, okay.
And that might be an FU also to Drake.
I may be old man River here. I think that song sucks. I think his other song that's a bit newer
Squabble
and
Up.
Forgive me, but it's like beep boop. He's got like I'm not going to do it any more than that.
I don't more than beep boop beep boop.
He does a catchy little like thing.
Is it a sample from an older like 80s or 90s dance song? I think you're thinking of Squabble Up.
How's
we
it
got
go?
the music.
No.
Squabble Up.
No, that I know that song. That's a great song.
Lookout Weekend.
Yeah, Lookout Weekend is great. I don't know about his version of it.
All right, so everyone loves Kendrick Lamar.
No,
or
he's not. I think he's going to suck at the Super Bowl.
Everyone did not love what this guy did. I'm sorry, I will wrap up very soon, but I got to wrap up.
Kanye West.
Kanye West is right. Let's sum it up very quickly. Kanye tweeted out over the weekend he doesn't want to have sex with Kamala Harris anymore because she's a loser. Then he apologized to her kids and then showed up to the Grammys with his wife, who looked to be completely naked.
Yeah, there wasn't much on her.
Rumor had it that they had been kicked out of the Grammys because they weren't invited, but it was updated this morning that they weren't kicked out, but they still left after she revealed.
Yeah.
Mind you, this was a similar outfit that got her banned from Italy, was it not?
Oh, this was, I think, worse than anything else in terms of nudity. Because she goes up and she's got like a big, I don't know if it was like a fur coat on, but like this huge thing. And then she turns around and she takes it off. And there was not, like, it was just sheer. There was nothing blocking anything. You could just see her completely naked body.
But then it was like a weird whisper of like, you going to do it now, baby? All right. And then she turned around and did it.
And it worked. It gets a whole bunch of attention.
But for
She's
what?
famous.
What does he have coming on? Does he have an album?
He has lots of albums. He's always releasing something.
Oh, man. Jimmy Carter becomes the oldest Grammy winner ever, even after death. Yeah, this is surprisingly the 10th nomination in the category of super old people that are nominated for Grammys. And he's now the oldest nominee in Grammy history. That's all I have for you.
Oh, say whatever you have about the Grammys. We could talk more about that.
Yeah, I have to give you the apology from the babyface.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that when we come back. We got more to talk about with Canada. We got more to talk about the Great War between us and our northern partners that is brewing in this country right now.
I don't know what's going on. I'm not part of this war.
Are you part of the United States of America or not?
Yes, I am, but we're not all going to war. There's difference of opinion.
Only the brave ones are going to war. That's correct. I'm glad you pointed that out. That is very, very true. But we'll talk about these tariffs. We'll talk about everything happening in the world. And alcohol comes into play. This may hurt, but it is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Smoke weed every day.
Hi, I'm John from Lake Mary, and I just won $1,000 just for listening to Real Radio 104.1.
Your next chance to win $1,000 is minutes away, courtesy of Mills Air on Real Radio 104.1.
There's a rolling roadblock on Florida's Turnpike due to emergency construction. Expect slowdown southbound between Hancock Road and Oakland Exchange. There's an accident where Valencia College Lane meets Econ Trail. Emergency crews are clearing up an accident on Fairbanks Avenue eastbound at Slavia Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Let Express Employment Professionals help you hire for contract or full-time jobs. Forget about recruiting, sifting through resumes, and interviews with unqualified applicants. Go to ExpressPros.com to find the location near you. That's ExpressPros.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
For more than 35 years, Florida Prepaid has been helping families save for college. As the largest, most successful prepaid program in the nation, parents can rest easy knowing their investment is safe and sound because it's protected by the state of Florida. It's the risk-free, worry-free way to save for your child's future, so you have absolutely nothing to lose sleep over. Florida Prepaid open enrollment is now. Plans start at just $29 a month. Enroll today.
Fence Outlet has the largest selection of fencing options in the state with over 400,000 square feet of showroom and warehouse space. Get 0% financing for 12 months for your gorgeous new fence. Book your appointment online today. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Before the Great American Race on Sunday, the high banks of Daytona heat up with a Saturday night showdown in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Experience the intense competition up close on the sport's biggest stage to kick off the 2025 season. The NASCAR Xfinity Series at Daytona International Speedway, Saturday, February 15th. Tickets start at just $49, and kids 12 and under are free in general admission. Secure your seats now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Monster BTK, the latest installment of the critically acclaimed Monster franchise, exposes the chilling story of one of America's most infamous cases that shook Wichita, Kansas to its core.
When people said BTK, you think of a wild-eyed Manson-like character. What we didn't understand is he was the guy next door.
Listen to Monster BTK on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Monster BTK to start listening.
Hey guys, Russ Rollins here. Listen, Life Imaging FLA is a company I really believe in. Matter of fact, I believe in them so much that I started a foundation to help people, anybody, to get a cancer screening. You know, I lost my sister to cancer, and by the time she got her cancer screening, she had stage 4 cancer, and she really believed in and wanted everybody to get a screening as soon as possible. Get a scan when you can. Life Imaging FLA can do that for you, and that's why I started the Carla K Cancer Screening Fund. I believe everybody should get that screening. You can do it now. Give them a call. If you pick up your cell phone, you dial pound 250, you say the words free heart scan, you can get a free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value. It's really a great value. And then ask about cancer screening. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia when you talk to them, and I'm telling you, it is definitely worth it. Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Make sure you tell them that Russ and the Monster sent you.
Ooh, should we get an app?
Appetizer? Nah, not for me. Trying to save some money, you know?
You know what you need? The Upside app. Gives you cash back on essentials like gas, groceries, and dining. You could earn up to $10 on every restaurant meal.
Upside? What's the catch?
No catch. Just download the free app, claim an offer, and get real cash back at places like Popeyes, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut.
Okay, now that's the app I'm getting.
Download the Upside app and get a 10% bonus on your first restaurant purchase. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Technology is advancing faster than ever these days, especially with the addition of artificial intelligence. Safe Touch Security has always been the trusted technology leader with high-tech security systems. And now they're introducing AI Deterrence. It's next-level security for your family. By doing more than just monitoring your property, it works proactively against intruders with floodlight cameras, specific verbal warnings, and more. Right now, save up to 50% on select security systems. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-2049.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Get Wawa Rewards' biggest deal of the year before it's gone. Any size hot coffee for $1. Any size iced coffee for $2. And a 16-ounce Monster Energy for $3. You can redeem these bonus offers every day, as many times as you want, now through February 16th. Don't miss it. $1 hot coffee, $2 iced coffee, and $3 Monster Energy drinks. Unlimited, now through February 16th. Gotta have a Wawa.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Stream now on your free iHeartRadio app.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BANK, B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Because the newspapers don't come with cliff notes or potentially offensive accents.
Out of Mexico. I mean, honestly, it's looking like that could be a win for Trump if some of the stuff I'm seeing is actually true on that front. What's going down? We'll talk about that in just a moment. One thing I saw about the Grammys was people talking about Trevor Noah, who was the host. And I don't know how I feel about Trevor Noah. I don't think he's ever been particularly funny in anything I've ever seen. Not to say he's not funny. I just don't think he's funny enough to warrant the level of attention he's somehow gotten to bring him this far through things. He was the host of The Daily Show for a long time, I know.
It is not his first Grammys hosting. Didn't he do it last year?
I feel like he's hosted a bunch of stuff. I think he's one of the guys that's in that circuit of, you can get Trevor Noah, he'll host your award show. The Grammys, he'll do it out there. And the story that I saw said Trevor Noah criticized over tasteless joke during the Grammys opening monologue.
Oh, what did he do?
Here goes. And I said, well, let me hold on to my butt here and brace myself for this truly tasteless and offensive joke. And Trevor Noah is kind of going through the crowd and he goes, Shakira is here. He says, Shakira is the greatest thing to come out of Colombia that isn't a Class A felony. And I thought, that's what hurt your feelings?
That was tasteless?
That's this tasteless joke that you think you should apologize for?
Pro-cocaine people?
What are you getting at? Like, if you want to say, well, it's boiling Colombia down to just drug trafficking. Whatever. This is like the most tame joke I think I've heard in a while. It didn't seem that bad at all. It kind of seemed like a fun line that even Shakira would like. Like if I'm Shakira and somebody says that, I'm not getting upset by that.
Shakira's like, yeah, we do have cocaine.
We have a lot of it. It's the best.
If that's what she's using to look absolutely incredible at 48 years old, then Colombia, here I come.
She's 48?
48 because she performed last night. And she was talking about, like, when she started. I mean, 24 years ago, something along those lines.
Yeah.
And she looks insane. I mean, she did such a great job. She has this new album. It's been, like, 7 years. But then she performs, and she does this, like, belly roll thing. It's like there is not a wrinkle or a blemish anywhere to be seen. Just glitter and hot bod and great voice.
She was going to go to jail not that long ago, wasn't
Tax
she?
evasion. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I remember just thinking about Shakira in jail and how funny of an idea that was to me for some reason. It's just like, Eddie says that Trevor Noah is overrated and he disrespected Colombians yesterday. And Dan says he's not Dan. Dan's trying to correct people. Somebody said he was talking about illegal immigrants. So let's go back with that in mind. And the joke is the greatest thing to come out of Colombia that isn't a Class A felony. You think that he was referring to illegal immigrants coming out of Colombia? Dude, lighten up. He's clearly talking about cocaine, right? Is there anybody with any brain power that thinks that joke is actually about illegal immigrants?
When they have brain power and they're using it to be immediately offended or like just take the initial joke, the immediate one, and think of all the possibilities.
Is it a felony to enter the country illegally?
I don't think it's a Class A felony. Right. I think Class A felony is talking about cocaine. And Abraham, Dragon Friend on Twitch, says he's complimenting it. Yes. Yeah. Like, I think you're just blinded by dumb, dude. And I hope that you get some help. I don't know how to give you assistance when you're that far gone. Some of you I see sometimes and I go, damn, there's nothing I can do. I can't resuscitate this individual's mind. It's just RIP on arrival here. That's not what he was talking about. He was talking about drugs, obviously, and it was a silly joke, and it wasn't offensive at all. If you think that's offensive, don't ever go to a comedy club again. Ever. Don't ever go to a comedy club again because you have made a decision in your life that you are not participating in funny. That's the decision you've made. Some people make that. I see these very serious people. How could I laugh when there's fascism going on? And like all these very serious people, they can't laugh at a time. You can make that choice if you want to. But if you're going to choose to go, I like comedy, I like laughing, and you're going to say that that is over the line and that that's how you're going to interpret it, dumb. That's just stupid. Sorry. Okay, now it's time for the next episode, too, Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, wait, we're doing a second one?
Yeah.
We have an intro for this.
Oh, okay. I forgot.
Ready? More next episode. Here's some more, and here's how it goes.
That's
there
fun.
You go.
Thank you so much. Earlier in the show, we talked about that very awkward interaction between two AP reporters and Babyface. Mid-interview, they saw Chappell Roan. Is it Chappell or Chappell?
Chappell, yeah.
Chappell Roan, and they said, we'll take the mic from you to get with somebody more relevant. People started immediately ripping her apart, but for those of you that did not see it or hear earlier,
yes, I think
there's Babyface.
It's interesting.
Chappell.
You guys want to do that? Go do that.
So sorry,
Babyface.
So it wasn't, I don't even think, an hour later in which they were wrapping up, saying their goodbyes to the good people watching. And of course, the apology was issued, but just from one person. That was Krista Faria.
Okay, she's one of these two women.
She's the one that called Chappell.
All right.
And the other woman was there with, I believe, another correspondent as she was issuing her apology, and it almost sounded like an apology / goodbye. You'll never see me on this red carpet again.
We want to thank you, but first I wanted to say that I'm really sorry about interrupting Babyface earlier. Chappell Roan had come up, and there was a lot of commotion, as there is on these carpets, but I'm a big Babyface fan, and as are we all, and so I just wanted to say that I really apologize. But thank you so much for having me, you guys. It's been great.
Thank you so much, Krista.
Yeah.
It's been great having you on here, and
you're done.
You're never going to be back again.
Never again. So she also said, I do still want to hear that answer from Babyface. So hopefully he circles back around, or just have to wait till interview him again.
Yeah, he's going to love it when you approach him the second time.
Hey, it's me, the one that went viral for completely blowing you off, for the girl that looks like a doll.
And then Chappell Roan walks by again, and they go, oh!
Chappell, one more time. Sorry, Babyface. Baby, I love you.
I hate to do this to you again, Babyface.
Oopsie daisy. Or you can just do what Ryan Reynolds is now rumored to have done. He's in the middle of the social media storm when it comes to Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni.
I'm not even clicking on these alerts when I get them now.
I mean, when I'm going through, Sean loves it. I've passed a couple, and I'm just going to base it off headlines. Justin Baldoni just started a website.
Yeah, he launched a website, and I guess he published all his stuff on there. I haven't looked at all of the stuff there yet, but I guess there's a lot.
There was something else with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds of the $300 million spending on something to distract somebody else. Like I said, this storyline exhausts me. However, this Ryan Reynolds one is fascinating.
Okay, what do we got?
I sent you the video on our group chat there if you want to play it, but TikTokers were very quick to see this gathering of paparazzi and fans for Ryan Reynolds, right? And there he was, exiting out of a place in New York. He signs autograph on Deadpool posters, interacts with them before making his way. Paparazzi are there. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Ryan. And then everyone noticed that every single one of the fans had the same exact poster on the same exact piece of cardboard with the same exact blue tape on it.
Okay, they do, yeah.
So it leads everyone to believe that this was completely staged.
Is that a thing that I've just never seen before, where everybody has to present their stuff for an autograph the same way?
Same blue pen that people want pics. They pointed out at the end of the video, someone yelled, "Justin is better."
Ooh.
As he got in the car. And did they say Justin is better at the end? One formerly Twitter user accused Ryan Reynolds is staging an outing with fans giving autographs. Ryan is Meghan Markle.
Oh, can we hear that? The person screaming out, or is that on here?
I don't know. It was like a robot narration.
Does something look off to you in this video?
Ryan, would you mind?
Many viewers were quick to point out the similarly taped up boards that everyone just so happened to have with them when Ryan was out and about. And the fact that none of the paparazzi mentioned the recent Justin Baldoni and Blake drama.
Not one of them.
Oh, I see. So their suggestion is that he staged this with fake fans so that he didn't get any tough questions.
And fake paparazzi who didn't ask any of the questions until that one person said, Justin is better.
Well, as per usual with this story, I have no idea if it's true or not, but it's
More
only
tomorrow,
worse.
Maybe, question mark.
I'm interested. The problem is there's so much buy-in. For anybody who's new, you go, oh, what do I need to know? And it's like, it's too long. It's too long to explain all of the things that are taking place here.
And then for people like that, are they just like, okay, maybe I'll just watch this movie and get an idea of it? And then does that in turn send them both some fat royalty checks?
The thing that's brutal is a lot of this was because Blake Lively allegedly took control over this movie and ended up like being the person who got to control the edit and all sorts of stuff.
Because he was a director. He was the director and star of it.
And she kind of, I'm the captain now'd this guy. And the brutal thing is, the movie was really well received. So you can't go, she did a terrible job. It's like, people seem to like the movie, so that part is tougher to fight over.
The movie was okay.
Yeah, I kind of watched it. Nicole watched it on the plane next to me while I watched a horror film, and so I would just like tap her on the shoulder. I'm like, "What's going on? What's happening now? They had a baby? Whoa."
Does this make me a bad person? When Courtney brings up this movie, I go, I don't want to watch a movie about a man beating a woman and then like.
That is a 100% fair assessment, and
it's real life, guys. Man up.
And I just we watched it, and I was like, it was just fun.
I'm sure she triumphs or whatever, but I don't know. And looking at this, I don't know the Baldoni guy. I don't know him. I'm not vested with him. I just know this looks like the underbelly of Hollywood. They're all terrible to each other. They all hate each other, and they pretend when they donate money to the fires.
That's a movie I will watch.
Oh, it'll be here soon. There's already a special I saw on
perfect.
Hulu or something. It was like Justin Baldoni versus Blake Lively.
What's gonna happen next?
Can we do like an ELI 5 special on this?
Yeah, maybe we need it. What else did you have that you teased for the next episode?
I mean that was like kind of the chunk of it. There was Diddy is in the hospital.
Oh, yeah, they said the story I saw said. Diddy whisked in the dark of night from the prison, and that kind of made it seem like this was Diddy getting out or something. But
under the cover of darkness.
Yeah, that's what they use. Under the cover of darkness sounds really suspicious. But what did he actually do?
It was claimed he was taken for an MRI scan on the 30th, which was authorized as his, you ready for this, veil of darkness?
Ooh.
His knee was bothering him.
OMG.
Yeah. Citing sources' longstanding issues following the New York Marathon he did in 2003. So where does it go from here? It was done late at night to avoid what a law enforcement source referred to as chaos, given the high-profile nature of his ongoing case. And Combs has denied, of course, all the allegations against him. But at least his knee's going to be set for trial, which begins May 5th.
Yeah, he's in some trouble. Things don't look good in Diddy world.
Yeah, but like they do it at night to avoid a bunch of chaos. Why don't they just bring him and not tell? Unless people leak it out, they're not going to know that Diddy's leaving the.
To be honest,
the thing.
I'm surprised that the jail, because he's in a big federal prison, is he not?
I think so.
They don't have an MRI machine there. They don't have like a whole ward of doctors.
It seems like it might actually even be a little risky to bring them to a hospital. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Diddy really wants to get out of prison. He does not want to be there.
Show me your supply closet, specifically where the lube is.
Yeah, he can't be trusted, that guy. All right, we've got some stuff to dive into on the Canada front. Our northern friends, I used to be friends. They started booing our national anthem as of late, and things have gotten heated since then. We have made friends, it appears, with our friends to the south in Mexico because they had a tariff that was scheduled to be against them, and they said, we're going to put a bunch of troops on the border, and then America will put some troops on the border because Mexico, if you don't know this, complains all the time. They say the reason why these cartels have guns is because the guns come from America. And that's like one of these things that has a sliver of truth to it. American companies tend to sell weaponry to the Mexican police forces and the Mexican army, and then oftentimes that gets stolen in transit by the cartels, and then they arm themselves. But, I mean, whose fault is that, really, when that occurs? So the president of Mexico, apparently she said, I want to make some sort of deal here. We could both win. And they made a deal. Now we have at least a month pause on the tariffs that were going against Mexico. And the story I saw as of a couple minutes ago was Mexican drug lord Ricardo Sauceda, known as El Ricky, has been arrested in Nuevo Laredo, Mexico, amid Trump's calls for Mexico to take out cartel leaders. Gunfights have reportedly broken out in Nuevo Laredo after the arrest. He's the leader of a group that generates violence and operates in Nuevo Leon, Tamaulipas, and Coahuila. I'm sorry if I got all those just wrong. He's linked to extortion and multiple attacks on the police, said the Secretary of Security and Citizen Protection, Omar Harfuch. And so they said it's pretty crazy right now, but they got one of the leaders of these cartels in Mexico. So I don't know. That looks like some positive things happening for both the United States and Mexico that were prompted by the tariffs. The Canadians have not taken it as well. They have threatened to turn off our TVs and power during the Super Bowl. They have booed our national anthem. I don't know that they're trying to make a deal here. I don't know what's going to happen next with them. It's a little more dicey on that front. But I've seen some very aggressive statements from the Canadians. They're very, very angry about this. Let's see if I can find the one that stuck out to me. This is
it more aggressive than what you've said so far on the show today?
Excuse me. Mine has been a response to this Canadian aggression that I'm feeling from the north. I did not do this this week. I did not do this unprompted. All right. I said they better watch themselves. If you're going to say things, Canada, like we should stop giving you oil. Well, if you stop giving us oil and we decide to get it from somewhere else, that's about 20% or so of your gross domestic product, your GDP.
That is not what you said earlier.
This is one of the things that I've been saying about this. This is a big issue. I have many points to make on this, but this Canadian Redditor says, I have never seen Canadians across the political spectrum so aligned as we are right now. America has become an enemy in our eyes, this says. Let me make this a little bigger. On 9/11, we opened our airspace and allowed American flights to enter Canada, even though it was an incredibly dangerous situation. Canadians opened up our homes for Americans in peril. And this is what you do to Canada in return? America wants to destroy our economy, destroy our lives, and make Canada the 51st state? Seriously? Screw America, they said. This is somebody in Canada. I don't want this to happen, but if push comes to shove, Canada has a few tools up its sleeve. We can take the gloves off. Export on potash. America imports about 90% of its potash from Canada. Canada is one of the few countries that produces it. Canada provides 40% of the world's potash. It's needed for fertilizer. Okay. Export tax on softwood lumber. America imports more than 30% of the lumber from Canada. We don't have to do this. We have trees here, too. We can do that if we wanted to.
They have the potash.
We could get our own potash if we wanted to. I'm sure we have it somewhere.
90% of the world's
We'll just
potash.
stop taking Canada's crap. We can also stop subsidizing our oil exports to America and sell it at market value. America wants to destroy our economy. Let's drive up inflation in America and remind Americans that it's Trump's fault that their costs for food, gas, and homes significantly increase, says this Canadian.
Yeah.
He is firing shots over at us. All
And
you had to
that's
do...
a civilian? Or is
somebody
that
on
a lawmaker.
Reddit.
Okay.
No, that's just a person.
Okay.
It's just a person on Reddit in
Remember,
Canada. But they
everybody,
said...
we have no say in this whatsoever.
Well,
we're not
we
taking
do.
this to a vote, are we? Oh, they're going to look at the social media posts before they make the big decisions?
They might. You know, if there's enough of a movement in one direction or another,
Okay.
I think
Well,
that stuff
gosh,
could
I'll
be
get to tweeting.
influential. You should have been tweeting already. I don't know why you weren't. I've tweeted about this many times already.
Cool.
But it's good to have you on board finally. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, total loser, on the way out of office right now. And he is saying that this is what Canadians should do as a response to these tariffs. Here he is.
And now is also the time to choose Canada. There are many ways for you to do your part. It might mean checking the labels at the supermarket, picking Canadian-made products. It might mean opting for Canadian rye over Kentucky bourbon, or foregoing Florida orange juice altogether.
Whoa, that's us.
Hey, what the heck?
It might mean changing your summer vacation plans to stay here in Canada and explore the many national and provincial parks, historical sites, and
When I
tourist
think
destinations
summer,
are great.
Who doesn't want to go to Canada?
They need a theme park.
They do. They need something quick. They have some cool stuff. Yeah. But mostly it sucks. And
You're not going to be allowed there. You keep
I'm
talking
not
like
on
this. You're
I
going
am
to be
not on a list yet.
You will be without a doubt.
I might be soon. That's fine by me.
Super
if they
hand,
want to
bro.
throw down that gauntlet.
See, Len, I won't speak for you unless you want to be part of the sentence.
Mm-hmm.
We have not made as much of a solid statement as Sean Wasson has today.
I am
I
an
still have
American.
some research to do. I am an American as well, with free speech, from what I understand.
I'm an American to my core, so I'm going to support this country against our Canadian
I'm sorry, I'm a family of immigrants.
parts to the north. We're all immigrants. And I am going to hold them accountable for their words and their, in a way, violence, I think. You know, booing is violence of a certain order.
Okay.
And when you boo our national anthem, you are going to ruffle some feathers over here in the good old US of A. We'll see what you think about it. Are we on our first segment of this hour?
Nope, we're not. We're just super late. Super late.
No. We are actually.
We are.
But that's what makes us super late. The guy on Facebook,
They wouldn't
buddy,
let them do this in Canada, would they, Sean?
if you ever wanted to have a meltdown, no, Canadian radio. Don't get me started on Canadian radio.
We have to go to break. We 1,000% have to go to break.
They force their radio stations to play a certain percentage of Canadian
I'm gonna
bands.
have no other choice but to hit the button.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, what's happening with alcohol? Because alcohol has entered the equation here, and your first dispatches of the week. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
My mom has the fattest cat you've ever seen, too. That didn't sound good.
Poor phrasing.
that was the worst phrasing I could have ever done for that.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
There's a couple of accidents to keep an eye out for this afternoon on Fairbanks Avenue near Slavia Road, on Orange Blossom Trail at Waterbridge Road. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Valencia College Lane at Econ Trail. There's still some slowdowns on I-4 before US 27 and after State Road 429. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever.
perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
If you want to find out about a reverse mortgage, that mortgage guy Don can help. Rates are improving, and that makes the terms even more favorable. If you want to find out how it works, work with that mortgage guy Don. He's going to get you some numbers, explain the details, and then you decide if it makes sense for you to proceed. Now, a reverse mortgage can be a lifesaver, especially for people over the age of 62 on a fixed income. So get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you could trust by going to thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Scott for Scots here. Your lawn is meant for all things bonus. Bonus relaxing, bonus playing, bonus beauty. But when dollar weed and clover are popping up everywhere, it's time to start cutting them back with Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S. It kills dollar weed and clover and feeds your grass so it grows thick and strong to crowd out future weeds. Now that's worth some bonus points, eh?
Get a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S today. It's guaranteed or your money back.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
Attention homeowners, Chelsea here. For a limited time, Renewal by Andersen is making it easy to upgrade your home during our free window month. Right now, when you buy 4 windows or patio doors, you'll get 1 free. That's right, absolutely free. Our exclusive Fibrex material delivers the perfect combination of stunning style, durability, and energy efficiency, keeping your home cool in the Florida summer, comfortable in the winter, and efficient year-round. Perfect for your home makeover this season. Act fast. This exclusive offer is only available for a limited time. Whether you're looking to upgrade your windows or add beautiful new patio doors, now's the time to make it happen. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today and see how we can help you transform your home. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window. Minimum purchase required. Free window of equal or lesser value. Offer ends soon. See website for details. License number CG C1527613.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're treating the untreatable. Using a patient's unique genetic makeup, our researchers are developing personalized cancer vaccines that help stimulate the immune system to better fight the disease and prevent it from recurring. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Calling all diesel mechanics. Explore new opportunities at the Orange County Fleet and Facilities Job Fair. Apply, interview, and get hired same day. Plus, earn a $1,000 sign-on bonus. Thursday, February 6, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Orange County Facilities Building in Orlando. Learn more at OCFL.net.
I'm Greg Rosenthal, host of NFL Daily. Join me live from Radio Row in New Orleans. I'll be interviewing the NFL's biggest names all week long. NFL Daily will have you ready for this year's big moment. Will it be Mahomes completing the three-peat or Jalen Hurts avenging their Super Bowl 57 loss? We'll be there on the field after the game. Full recap, interviews with this year's Super Bowl champions. Don't miss it.
Listen to NFL Daily on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow NFL Daily and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Because the newspapers don't come with cliff notes or potentially offensive accents.
Are you going to start skipping the Canada Pavilion at Epcot now, Sean? I've always skipped that. I've always walked right past that, but not as a political statement, just because there's not a lot going on in the Canada Pavilion, unfortunately.
I went. That was my first stop because I did it the wrong way.
Oh, yeah, if you go right instead of left.
Immediately that was the wrong way to go, but enjoyed the time that I had there.
If you're drinking around the world, there's really no wrong way to go. You just go to a place, you get a drink, and then you move to the next place.
A lot of people told me there is, and I did it.
Yeah.
But we had a great time.
I do keep walking by that, though. Cynthia on YouTube says, thank Canada for your freedom. We have never lost a war, including against the U.S.,
now you're going to make it a thing. Now it's a thing.
You don't even know your own history, she says. Yes, the United States is a free country because of Canadians. If you've worked yourself up to believe that, then I have many bridges.
Canadians helped.
Canadians have been involved in different military skirmishes that the United States has been in over the years.
Skirmishes? Do you mean war?
Some of them I mean skirmishes. Some of them I mean wars on Canada way back in the day. She's probably talking about in the early 1800s. If you have to go back to the early 1800s for a W on the board, perhaps you haven't been doing much as of late. All I'm saying is we are way more responsible for keeping you free than you are for keeping us free. All right? That's all I'm saying. We're way more responsible for keeping Canadians free and safe than vice versa. We don't need to go there. Unless you want to. If that's the direction you want to head this in. If you think this is good. It's not where the Mexican people have gone on this. It's not where the Mexicans have gone, and they seem to be doing all right. Tariffs are paused for them. Now I want to talk about alcohol. We'll talk about alcohol real quick because I saw a lot of the Canadian liquor stores said, nope, enough is enough. They began stripping United States-based alcohol, which would be a lot of whiskey, I guess. I mean, help me out, you guys. Bourbon. Do we make wine that we sell to Canada? I don't know.
California?
I guess maybe we have probably some wineries in California. I'm just guessing a lot of different liquors across the board that are made in the U.S. have been pulled from their shelves. Retail outlets like the Liquor Control Board of Ontario, Canada's largest province, will take U.S. products off its shelves from this Tuesday as they fight back against the levy against their country. The LCBO, the Liquor Control Board of Ontario, sells about $1 billion worth of American wine, beer, spirits, and seltzers annually. It will also remove U.S. products from its catalog, according to Doug Ford,
what are
who's
we
in charge
taking from them? Budweiser, Bud Light.
Yep, I would guess,
Mick
right?
Ultra.
Anything that's actually made in the United States of America. Is White Claw made in the U.S.? Do we make that, or does somebody else make that? Is it? They don't have any White Claw.
I'm just guessing.
Sorry.
From U.S.
Starting Tuesday, we're removing American products from our shelves in Canada. So that'll be off too.
From Glendale, Arizona.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, good luck having your Truly or whatever garbage replacement you're going to try sipping on if you're not going to drink the White Claw from the United States of America. The executive order is what's causing all of this, and the tariffs are really causing some tension between the two countries. And these tariffs have been placed on things like alcohol, furniture, orange juice, lots of stuff like that. The escalating trade war. Let's see. The stock market started off rough, but then it seemed to like that Mexico news. Now it's down about 73 points here live. I don't know how iHeart's doing, but I'm hoping it's doing okay. And we'll get into more comments on that front here in a moment. But I did like something that I saw here today. And it's from the guy who is the brilliant mind behind the horror franchise Terrifier. And if you aren't aware, Terrifier is gore, I guess. I don't know. It's really well done practical horror. And I like the 3 movies that they have out. And the guy behind it, you can't root for anybody better. He's just he's the little guy out there with creative thoughts, and he's doing his own thing against all the big Hollywood studios. So I, for one, salute that. I'm not aware of his Canadian citizenship status. I think he's an American from Jersey. So we'll keep him cool on that one for the moment. But he posted this on, I think, Twitter. He said, I want to make a very important statement regarding the Terrifier franchise and this ugly political climate we're living in. As most of you know, some of my cast and crew members have a very passionate political presence on social media with extreme and sometimes harsh opinions, which is their right. I'm all for freedom of speech and expression. That being said, Terrifier is not in any way, shape, or form a political franchise. I did not get into filmmaking to become a politician or to promote any political agendas or ideologies, especially through a killer clown movie. I fell in love with horror movies as a form of pure entertainment, and those are the films I like to make. Since Terrifier 1, our cast and crew has and still consists of both Republicans and Democrats, and anybody is welcome to be a part of it, regardless of their political affiliations, as long as they're a decent human being. And I think he's talking about the guy who actually plays the Terrifier character. He's like, a physical actor who plays the part of Art the Clown.
Does not speak in the franchise, but has a lot to say politically. Now, thoughts on this person who the Terrifier franchise would not be in existence without him, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and
Damien
his
Leone.
attachment to it. Need to say anything, or in his silence would have been just fine?
I think that what he's doing here is good, and here's why. I'm looking at this, and he's upset about the Canada stuff too. He's a Canadian, I guess, and he's posting a lot of political stuff. He says Trump's going to get us into World War III. He's talking about Elon Musk. He's upset about everything politically. He's obviously off to the left politically. And Damien Leone is saying, hey, all the people who work on my projects are allowed to have, gasp, their own opinions. And this, my friends, is where we were supposed to be the whole time. This is where we were supposed to be the whole time. If somebody is involved in making movies or making music or doing whatever, if they have political ideas that hurt your feelings or bother you in some way, suck it up. Just get over it or combat it with you and your thoughts that, are contradicting their claims. Okay.
But I
that
feel
should
like
be what we do here.
Absolutely. But you're talking to people who are not listening to that whatsoever, that immediately have to blame somebody who is not the person that is actually saying it. Cannot detach whatsoever, and now you have to make a statement like this.
I know this is loaded and whatever. I don't think normal people. I don't think normal people are like that.
No, of course not.
I don't think
but
normal
everyone
people
has access to social media.
See that an actor has gone out with some left wing or right wing politics, and therefore we're not going to support the movie they're in. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. Now, I might. If I see somebody doing that, say, because of the opinion that they have, I don't want to support something that they're taking part of, but they still have the right to do it, right? Like, there are lines in the sand that I might draw, but they still have the right to do it. And you should never bring it back to the other people that they work for. Like, that would be the equivalent of coming after Sabrina for an opinion that I state on this show, or vice versa, because she's not responsible for anything that I say. I'm responsible for my own things, and that's why they sound so genius when they're said.
You're responsible for the stuff that I say, though.
Almost a nice, normal statement.
It was fairly normal,
And
I
you had
think.
to do the comma.
I think that there is so much of this where you go, well, look get control of this guy, make him say something that I agree with. Just ignore it, man. Just ignore it. And then you decide at the end of the day, is it so important to you that you don't want to buy the product or watch the movie or do whatever?
And then you make that decision. And
otherwise all it is a form of censorship. And this is what happened to us for the last 10 years with left-wing people doing this. You must agree. Let me speak the gospel for a second.
Oh, please do.
You must agree with our political viewpoints, no matter how radical they be, or we're going to get you fired, or we're going to go after you financially, or we're going to try to get you deleted off social media platforms. This is positively something that happened
and
for the
the
last
same thing
decade.
happened with Bud Light. And everyone does it. It's all stupid people. No one can make decisions for themselves anymore.
That was part of the pushback from all of this stuff. There was
just a response.
Yes. we don't need to fight over this, but if you don't see that there was a massive cultural movement to silence people who
your employee in line,
who didn't agree with far left-wing politics in this country for the last 10 years, then you're not paying attention. That's just what happened.
Okay, no need to insult anybody here.
I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just saying
opinions. I'm not insulted.
I don't think that's an opinion myself. I think that's just an obvious thing that was happening. So when you get away from that and you say we're not going to do that anymore, when people on the right then start clutching their pearls and doing the very same thing, I'm going to call it out in the exact same way. Because I don't want to be hypocritical.
I am now considering myself more of a centrist than I ever have in my entire life because I'm so exhausted with both sides.
I don't disagree with you.
And every opinion that I say, and I believe that it's been since, for the last couple of years, but more so moving forward, is mine and my own. And that's it. Whatever my politics are mine and my own. And they could vary from either side, but right now, I'm tired of both of them.
I think most people are.
I'm mostly tired of you, Sean Watson. I'm moving to Canada.
That's why overall, don't do that to yourself. Why would you?
I love maple syrup. Come on.
Yourself to that. Good God.
You have Vermont for that.
I saw Vermont.
I saw so many photos of me in Vermont
comes
yesterday.
out of Vermont.
Hey.
I was there till I was 6 months old. Come on.
That's the thing. I know you, Canada. I was born in Vermont, and I wasn't there till I was 6 months old. Why do you try to denigrate my experience in Vermont like that?
What do you remember from Vermont?
Well, a lot, actually.
Like what?
You know, if you just listened every once in a while, you might get to know me a little bit better.
All I'm asking is, what do you remember? All you mentioned for Vermont is that your family's from there. You visited every once in a while.
Let me finish
you were
a sentence.
Born there.
I will tell you this. I was born there. I lived there until I was 5 years old. I went back almost every year until I was 18 years old. I spent a lot of summers in Vermont. I spent a lot of time there. I know the state. It's a beautiful state.
Well,
I would never live there.
The same for me in Venezuela. I spent a lot of summers there.
I didn't live there for 6 months. I lived there for 6 years. That's what you were wrong on. Okay, let's get into.
Thoughts?
We are late.
Okay. Again?
Same. I'm
You sure? All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll do jury duty. We got that on deck. We'll see what's happening in these stories in courtrooms in the country and around the world. We got more to talk about with this Philadelphia crash, which we haven't spent enough time on, but it's insane. So we'll talk about that as well. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
You gotta keep them separated.
Classic alternative this weekend on Real.
Out loud, Luka was out of shape, doesn't play defense, and the Mavs were looking down the barrel of $350 million Supermax, and he's currently hurt. But he's an all-time talent, and Dallas didn't get enough in return. They were ready to move on at all costs. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Get Wawa Rewards' biggest deal of the year before it's gone. Redeem bonus offers for $1 hot coffee, $2 iced coffee, and $3 Monster Energy every day, as many times as you want. Now through February 16th.
This is Jenny Garth from I Do Part 2. Everyone's talking about GLP-1s, like Ozempic, semaglutide. With Future Health, you can find out if they're right for you, too. Just go to tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com and find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Starting the journey to become a nurse can be confusing, but the first step is surprisingly simple. Join us at Galen College of Nursing's upcoming open house. You'll get to meet advisors, current students, and faculty. Plus, learn about the personalized student support Galen offers to help you succeed in nursing school.
RSVP now for our open house on Tuesday, February 18th from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. by visiting galencollege.edu/Orlando.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Life Imaging FLA is a great company. I believe in them. That's why I started the Carla K Cancer Screening Fund, to make sure that everyone that wants to get a cancer screening can get that cancer screening, and it's super important. If you wait too late, sometimes it's not good, right? Life Imaging FLA, get that heart screening and cancer screening, because early detection is a game changer in terms of treatment and outcome, and they know that at Life Imaging FLA. A lot of our listeners have gone and found out they had heart disease, had no clue, and it saved their lives. Life Imaging FLA, pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. There are a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value that is definitely worth it. And then if you go and you find out that your heart is all clear, that's great news. Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia, and make sure you ask about cancer screening. Super important. It's Life Imaging FLA. Make sure you tell them Russ and the Monster sent you.
Excitement is happening at Daytona Beach and Orange City Racing and Card Club. Join us at Orange City on Saturday, February 8th for the first ever Super 40s single day tournament with $40,000 in chips and a $40,000 guarantee. Celebrate President's Day on February 17th with our $15,000 high hand promotion and the $5,000 Royal Reset at both Daytona Beach and Orange City Racing and Card Club. Don't miss out on the action.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
All right, it's January. You know what that means? New Year's resolutions are in full swing. So here's one for you. Clear vision. Seriously, if you're dealing with contacts or glasses, laser vision correction at the Filatowski Eye Institute is a game changer. With over 65,000 procedures, they are the trusted choice for Central Florida. And they have 24-month interest-free financing, so you don't have to wait. You can start seeing clearly and stay on budget. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your free consultation today. Clear vision, clear future. It all starts with the Filatowski Eye Institute. Just text 1041 to 868686 now for your free LASIK consultation.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, Orlando.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Rapid radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off. Free UPS shipping and add code radio for an extra 5% off.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
Taking shots at Vermont now and chat? What the hell's going on over there? What'd Vermont do, for God's sake?
I might have started that.
Yeah, leave Vermont out of this, okay? Melissa on YouTube says, I lived in Vermont until I was 11 and still have family there. Many of the small town people have never traveled out of the state. They're small-minded.
Oh, no.
How dare you? And indeed, super conservative and, yes, racist. How I see racists all over the place. Just walking around just like regular people. Unbelievable. People in Vermont are much different than that, I believe, in my experience. People in Vermont are nice people. They're very nice. And I think that most of them are people who live up in a state where nobody else wants to live, and somebody has to occupy that state, so I support it. And I have a lot of family members who right now are in the state of Vermont. Though some of them were smart enough to leave. They said, we got to get out of here.
Bye.
We don't want to be here anymore. We can't do it. It's too cold. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com, anonymous emails. This person says, I had to take my granddaughter to the emergency room on Tuesday. I wanted to make sure her ankle wasn't broken. It's not. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
That's it?
No, there's more.
Oh, okay.
There's more. During
Love
the registration process, I was asked by the registrar if we have any Hispanic in our background. Yes, we do, but we are Americans for many, many years. I actually said, should we expect ICE at our door? I'm pissed. Is this legal? Wish I could have sent this to Mo today. I'm so annoyed with HCA hospitals because they asked if there was any Hispanic in the family. Is that maybe just like a standard thing that they do on a hospital form or something?
I don't remember it being worded like in the family.
Yeah, I gotta say the same.
I don't think the hospitals are like a funnel to ICE.
Right.
I don't think the hospitals are helping the poor people.
Typically, forms have been ethnicity and then your race. Those are two separate things. So I've been able to pick Hispanic, but then
black.
What? I'm not black.
Oh, okay. Just checking. Just
I love
making
black
sure.
people.
But like white non.
You don't have to go down that path right now.
But yes, it goes white Caucasian. Because I'm not any of the other categories.
But what she's taking from this is she feels like, what, is ICE going to show up at my house? I don't know that that's new. I wouldn't think that would be a new thing that they're asking you all of a sudden about. If they did,
that would be with the HIPAA violation, would it not?
Probably.
I would think so. I don't know a lot about the HIPAA world, but it seems to me
and HIPAA is short for Hispanic.
Getting rid of any information or divvying up any information of your patients, then that seems like it would be a HIPAA violation. I don't have any information that would suggest that the hospitals are in cahoots with ICE, but maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. Hit me up with an email, tipstothenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's do it. Here we go. Hang on. I got to get everything ready. All right, over there, over here. Now we're good. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. I am watching with some level of interest and excitement the Ellen Greenberg case.
Who dat?
And let's put this on our radar here, because this goes back to 2011 when there was a Philadelphia teacher who died, and it was ruled a homicide. And later, they ruled it a suicide. And the woman was found dead by her fiancé. in the kitchen of her apartment in Philadelphia. She had suffered 20 stab wounds in total.
And they said that was a suicide?
Yeah, they said it was a suicide. And get this, 10 of the stab wounds were to the back of her neck.
I'm no forensic pathologist.
Mm-hmm.
Is that even the right job?
I don't think you could even do that if you wanted to, you know?
Maybe one time, halfway.
It seems to me like that would be an indicator that somebody else was involved. They've revisited this, and they're saying they've released a new legal verification stating that the medical examiner now believes the case should be ruled as something other than suicide.
Oh, wow. Thank you, medical examiner.
Not homicide, but quote, something other than suicide.
License.
They said, in a statement filed on January 31st, Dr. Osborne explained that he decided to make his change after reviewing additional information in her case file that he obtained from the Philadelphia Police Department, as well as a consult from another doctor. Dr. Osborne went on to write in his verification that he's now aware of updated information about whether Ellen's fiance was witness entering the apartment before placing the 911 call, whether the door was forced open as reported, whether Ellen's body was moved by somebody else inside the apartment.
You find a body with 20 stab wounds, and they said suicide.
That's what they said.
That already is a flag on the field.
Yeah, but
20 stab wounds is a lot.
But the information that he's citing here in this decision is not medical examiner information. Like, the medical examiner, I don't think, unless I'm wrong, takes into account who was at the building, who went through what door. They only look at the body and say this is what happened to the body. And the fact that they looked at a body, it was stabbed 20 times, including multiple hits to the back of the neck, and said suicide is very fishy.
Baffling.
Yeah, let's get a little deeper into this. I'm going to put this story to the side so we can find out what happened here. We'll get into those details, more about what's happening with Canada, potential trade wars, what's happening with the markets, a whole lot more, and it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Hi, I'm Sherry, and I'm from Merritt Island, and I won $1,000 just for listening to 104.1.
Your next chance to win $1,000 is minutes away, courtesy of Mills Air on Real Radio 104.1.
Emergency crews are off to the shoulder, clearing up an accident on I-4 westbound before State Road 535. There's an accident where Fairbanks Avenue meets Labia Road. Emergency crews are clearing up an accident on Bronson Highway eastbound before Ponciano Boulevard. And the roadways are getting busy out there, so travel with caution. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacin-capted Pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Roll with Hard Rock Bet for Big Game 59 because we're rolling out over $5.9 million in bonus bets. The big game kicks off Sunday in New Orleans, but get your share of Big Easy bonus bets now so you can place more bets on us instead of using your own cash. It's the big game rollout. $5.9 million in promos only on Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Allergies are torture, but Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you beat your allergies for good. Exact is clinically proven to give long-term lasting allergy relief in 3 injections. That's right, allergy relief in 3 injections. No matter how long you've suffered, no matter what else you've tried. Suicide. With 3 injections, you can experience relief from your allergies. Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com.
MegaCon Orlando is where fandoms collide. Your favorite celebrities, voice actors, and comic creators will all be at the Orange County Convention Center from February 6th through the 9th. Tickets on sale now at megaconorlando.com.
Ooh, should we get an app?
Appetizer? Nah, not for me. Trying to save some money, you know?
You know what you need? The Upside app. Gives you cash back on essentials like gas, groceries, and dining. You could earn up to $10 on every restaurant meal.
Upside? What's the catch?
No catch. Just download the free app, claim an offer, and get real cash back at places like Popeyes, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut.
Okay, now that's the app I'm getting.
Download the Upside app and get a 10% bonus on your first restaurant purchase. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets your GA going slower.
Izervay or avacin-capted Pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Get Wawa Rewards' biggest deal of the year before it's gone. Any size hot coffee for $1. Any size iced coffee for $2. And a 16-ounce Monster Energy for $3. You can redeem these bonus offers every day, as many times as you want, now through February 16th. Don't miss it. $1 hot coffee, $2 iced coffee, and $3 Monster Energy drinks. Unlimited, now through February 16th. Gotta have a Wawa.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Your music, radio, and podcasts are on our free iHeartRadio app.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, PAY, P-A-Y, PAY. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
For a bit of the News Junkie CSI, let's say, where we figure out exactly what the hell is happening with this story here live on the show.
Where is my theme song?
We were talking about this, murder in quotes, suicide in quotes, of this teacher that is now back in the news. It happened in 2011. It started with the death of a Philadelphia teacher in a homicide. It was later ruled a suicide, and now they've ruled it something other than a suicide. What does that mean? Something other than a suicide? I only knew of one more option. It was homicide.
You could fall on 20 knives.
The visuals of this are insane. And C-Lane sent this over. I'll put this up on See It Now. They said this is what it would have looked like if this woman would have been stabbed by all these knives. And she was a 27-year-old woman named Ellen Greenberg. She was found dead by her fiance in her kitchen. The first grade teacher had suffered 20 stab wounds. And
what did they blur out?
Her
brain?
Yeah, maybe. There might be a hole in the head there. But where these knife wounds are, I don't think a person could do that to themselves. They're in the back of her neck. You can't do that, can you?
Not 20 times, I don't believe. And the only thing that I can think of, and it's very elaborate, and I'm basing this off of my experience watching shows like CSI Miami, is that it was a placed knife, and you are not, instead of stabbing yourself, you are throwing your body. What? I'm just saying, but I don't even think you could do that 20 times. So unless she was an engineer who could build a robot that stabs her until she dies.
Well, this is
Then leaves the scene of the crime.
They should have fired this medical examiner to
it's very
rule
weird.
it a suicide. That's wild to me.
Let's get to the point that C-Lane made about Philadelphia medical examiner Marlon Osborne, who initially ruled this woman's death a homicide, noting the large number of stab wounds, including 10 to the back of her neck. After police publicly challenged her findings, Osborne switched the ruling to the suicide without explanation. In a statement, Dr. Osborne explained that he decided to make his change after reviewing additional information in the case file that he obtained from the police department. And to C-Lane's point, it seems weird that the doctor or the medical examiner in this case would go, I looked at all the evidence, all the stab wounds, et cetera, but then when the cops told me that the door was ajar or the 911 call came in at this time, I wouldn't think that they would be looking at those things. It doesn't seem like it's part of what the medical examiner should examine in these circumstances.
It means nothing medically.
No, those are the things that the police do, and they're usually very separate from one another. But Ellen Greenberg, let's go down the rabbit hole here together. The death of Ellen Ray Greenberg happened in 2011. She was an American woman who died after sustaining 20 stab wounds. It was widely described as suspicious. Yeah, you might say that. She was born June 23rd, 1983. She earned a degree in communications from Penn State University and her teaching credentials from Temple University. She was a first-grade teacher at Juniata Park Academy in the Juniata neighborhood of Philadelphia. Sorry for getting that wrong.
That's right, you guys.
She lived in Philly, where she had an apartment with her fiancé, Samuel Goldberg. Details of the incident. On January 26th, a blizzard hit Philadelphia, prompting this woman to leave work and return to her apartment.
Her fiance's name was Goldberg?
Greenberg and Goldberg.
Goldberg wedding?
It's like attorneys at law.
It does sound like a lawyer commercial.
On January 26th, a blizzard hit Philadelphia, and she left work to return to her apartment. At approximately 6:40 p.m., Greenberg was pronounced dead as a result of 20 stab wounds, including 10 to her back and her neck. There were also 11 bruises in various stages of resolution on her right arm, abdomen, and right leg. Her body was discovered by her fiancé, Samuel Goldberg, who returned from a gym to find their apartment dead-bolted and knocked down the door after trying for an hour to reach her. The crime scene was initially treated as a suicide by the police investigators, but after the autopsy, the Philadelphia Medical Examiner's Office ruled the case as a homicide. The next day, the Philadelphia Police Department differed with the conclusion, saying it should not have been ruled that way, and they want it to be suspicious. Further investigation, it says. On March 15, 2019, the Philadelphia Inquirer released a front-page investigative report reviewing the suspicious circumstances surrounding Greenberg's death. Pittsburgh forensic pathologist Cyril Wecht, who challenged the single-bullet theory of the JFK assassination, reviewed the case and said it was strongly suspicious of homicide. They got all the experts in on this, I guess.
For the kids listening, that's super sus.
One significant point of contention was where the stab wounds that were penetrating her brain. An investigator hired by the family said the wounds to the brain and spinal cord would have caused such severe pain, cranial nerve dysfunction, and traumatic brain injuries. The original medical report stated that an esteemed consulting neuropathologist had determined there was no such wound. But when asked about the case 7 years later, said, I have no recollection of such a case.
What? This is sounding like supernatural a little bit.
I would conclude that I did not see the specimen in question, although there's a remote possibility that it was shown to me. The newspaper examined the records and determined that there was no bill, invoice, or report from Rourke Adams for this case. So they said that that person never even saw the body. And then they had a revised cause of death that has just happened as of this week. It's been featured all over TV. Crime Junkie.
Let me guess. Cremated?
Does not say what was done with her body afterwards.
I bet that she was, and so they have to go on the very little, records that they have.
Well, I would look at this and just say, as somebody disconnected from this story entirely, looking at where those stab wounds are, it's a really, really hard push for me to believe that a human being could do that to themselves. Just physically.
Multiple times?
Yeah.
Like even if you wanted to do it to yourself.
Especially if she had stabbed herself in the head. Could you even physically do it?
That's what I'm saying. You would lose the ability to continue to attack yourself, I would think. But let's learn more here. 6 ABC in Philadelphia.
Well, we have new developments in the Ellen Greenberg case. Today, a judge in a civil suit ruled that there is enough evidence to go to trial. Now, Greenberg's family sued several Philadelphia city officials, claiming that the investigation into the 27-year-old's death caused them emotional distress. The Manayog teacher was found dead in 2011 from multiple stab wounds. Her death ruled a suicide.
Today is 15 years that Sandy and Josh Greenberg have been waiting to have the opportunity to go to court. This case is intentional infliction of emotional distress by the defendants on Sandy and Josh for covering up the homicide of their daughter as a suicide.
Man, he's tossing in the word cover up even on this whole thing. So this is a suit underway.
One more time.
But I got to learn more about this because I want to know. Tell me about this partner of hers. Tell me about this person that just so happened to find her. Yeah, Goldberg.
They just left it as a cold case. They did not, have him as a suspect.
It doesn't appear. No, there's no charges against him. There's nothing like that they're working on as of right now. But something about it seems very strange to me. Yeah, very suspicious.
I agree with you, Sean.
Oh, look at that for once. I knew it was going to happen eventually.
Chill out.
And you also agree on the Canada front, right?
That Obviously. Is incorrect. I do not agree with how aggressive you are about it.
Our arch nemesis, Canada, needs to be held accountable. And now we'll see what you have to say about this. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com to hit record on yours right now. Here's Herbie with a dispatch for us.
I'm not sure why it's there, but honestly, for probably the last 10 or 15 years, forms and when I've talked to doctors and nurses, they've asked me about Hispanic, background. Not sure what it's there for, but it's definitely not new. It definitely wasn't put in there to help ICE capture illegal immigrants.
I'm going to take a wild guess here, and I'm prepared for any corrections from those in the medical field. But my guess would be they ask you questions like this so that they can use the data afterwards to see if there are any trends in different communities.
Right.
So, for instance, if you went in there and they said, what is your race? And you said black, and then 10,000 people just like you started to get this same syndrome or illness, and they could go, well, it's happening to people who are between 18 and 25 that are mostly black men. So I would think it's just a demographics thing for a database to track illnesses and the like. But maybe
until
online.
ICE gets the password to that database, Sean.
Get them all out of there. Here's John the Exterminator talking about Canadian whiskey.
Hey, Sean, watch your mouth talking about Canada because we happen to get a very delicious whiskey called Crown Royal from them, and I don't want that taken away.
Oh, is that true? Crown Royal is from Canada? All right. I'm seeing a lot of people chime in on this particular issue. Here's Douglas talking about Canada.
Hey, news junkies. Hey, take a look at the Canadian dollar. It's going down, baby. Don't mess with America.
Oh.
I'm looking at the Canadian dollar here. It had a big dipperoo at some point here recently where it went down to 68 cents on the dollar. It's up to 69 cents on the dollar right now. And how about let me see if I go to a year. It's not that. Oh, what? Actually, in February of 2024, it was 74 cents on the dollar. So now it's down to 69 cents from there.
How's Iraqi dinar doing?
Let me check it out. Hold on. Iraqi dinar value. Ooh, it's a little bit.
It's gone down.
Well, but the good news is we got a spike-a-rooney here on this chart. It was.
I haven't lost that much money, but it certainly hasn't done the big spike that the person who sold me on getting it.
It was $0.00076.
Sabrina, do you actually have the physical dinar?
You bet your ass. In a secret space that is has a code in order to get to it.
So if it goes up enough, you have to find like an exchange somewhere?
Yep.
Oh, that you got to go to a place and get rid of that stuff.
Well, I mean, if it goes up the way that I was told it would, I would take my private jet there.
What was the target value here? What were you going for?
I went like as if I was going gambling for the night, right?
No, but is it supposed to hit 50 cents on the dollar, 25
It's supposed to,
cents?
what I was told is it's going to go from 100 to 100,000.
Wow.
Overnight.
Okay.
Snap of a finger.
And
Wasn't
when
this
it
like
does
12
this,
years ago?
Yeah, that is correct. But I'm
she's
still
waiting.
going to sit on it. I'm not going to trade it now.
It's the long con, really. But what if it would have gone to 100,000, or what if it does go to 100,000? What would you make out of that?
I would get the 100,000 and put it in.
No. But how much money would you get?
100,000.
Oh, you're saying you bought $100 worth, and
that's
the
extent of the information I should be giving.
Okay.
Or
All
maybe
right.
I bought $100,000 worth, and it'll be $1 million.
Well,
I'm not good at math.
Good luck to you. Right now, it's just kind of hanging out.
How's your Zimbabwe?
My Zimbabwe money's doing good. It's on the shelf over here. I have hundreds of millions of dollars in Zimbabwean currency.
Discontinued for the people just tuning in. Discontinued.
And I love it. I have a connection with it that's so strong that I would never give it up, even if the value skyrocketed. I would not do that.
Well, good thing the value would never skyrocket.
You don't know what's going to happen in Zimbabwe. They
have
no
a new
idea.
currency. That's the currency that would.
You
skyrocket.
don't know if they're going to go back to their old currency or what their currency
They've been
is.
talking about it. They're like, hey, we don't like this new currency. We should go back to the old stuff.
Right.
Trump's been big on this too. Trump says we're going to make Zimbabwe great again.
Okay.
We're going to get
this
their
is
old
the
money
fake
back.
news portion of the show.
We don't know. We don't know what's real, what's fake anymore. Here we go. True. Here's one more talking about Canada.
Mazah.
I just did Make America Zimbabwe again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's laying down the law with a dispatch.
Hey, Sean, I think it's time that you give Canada a call and remind them about that time that you saved the country.
They don't care anymore.
Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
They don't care anymore.
Hey, I was part of that interview. Just
allegedly they don't care about this, but I never know what's real and what's fake, what the Canadian people are really feeling. I've got some more reactions here. Here is CBC, I think, talking about these tariffs against Canada and their theory on why this is happening.
With what happened with Colombia, there is a greater level of anxiety at that table right now. The Prime Minister has said that their intention is to hit back once they know exactly what it is in writing Donald Trump is intending to do, and may do a more robust response. But he's also said that the Canadian government doesn't think this is really about fentanyl. I mean, how do you even know if the fentanyl death is because of fentanyl coming in from the United States? As Katie points out, a lot of the fentanyl made here is consumed here. This is why there are so many deaths here connected to this.
They got problems
and
too.
The Prime Minister, I'm told now by multiple people who are listening in on that call, have made the point that they do think this is maybe all about that 51st state sovereignty commentary from the U.S. president. And
this must be kind of weird to watch in Canada, where are we going to be the 51st state? What's happening here? What's going down? Lots of reactions. Let's see, who should we do next here? This is Fox talking about some of the potential impacts on this. Here they go.
That's right, excluding oil and energy products from these 25% tariffs that are possibly starting tomorrow would be really significant. Even though the United States is a leading producer of oil for the world, we also consume a lot too. We produce roughly 13 million barrels of oil a day, but we consume closer to 19 to 20 million barrels. So that means
we're taking in a lot of barrels a day, folks. We are really chewing it up over here. We get per day 6.5 million barrels, and 3.9 million of them are from Canada. So that's their leverage on us. And if they wanted to squeeze us, here's the thing. It would make gas more expensive in the immediate sense. Now, you might say, well, Sean, if Canada doesn't want to sell us their oil anymore at the deal that we have, why don't we just get it from elsewhere? And that's fair. But from what I can tell, I'm not an expert on oil refinery stuff. But from what I can tell, our refineries in the United States, many of them are set up in a particular way to handle the oil that comes from Canada. And if we got oil from a different source, it might not be as easy as just hot swapping them out. You might have the facilities that are still set up in such a way that they're ready for a different type of crude oil. So I don't know if you could just do that immediately, but maybe in the long run, that would be the better move. One more here. Here is Trump talking about the tariffs in Canada and Mexico.
President, what does Canada and Mexico need to do for you to lift the tariffs?
What do Canada and Mexico need to do for you to lift the tariffs?
That have to balance out their trade, number one. That's got to stop people from pouring into our country, and we've stopped it. They haven't stopped it. We've stopped it. They have to stop people from pouring in, and we have to stop fentanyl, and that includes China. Fentanyl has killed this year at least 200,000 people. It's pouring in from China through Mexico and Canada, and they've got to stop it. And if they don't stop it, the tariffs are going to get worse.
What did he say? 200,000 people? It must have been talking about 2024, right? C-Lane, ask the internets. Ask
Dear Internet.
How many United States citizens, or I could do it over here, actually. We use TNJAI. How many U.S. citizens died from fentanyl in 2024? Because I think that's being fair. It's a fair interpretation. I think he was talking about in the last year. So 200,000 sounds kind of high. Although we see all these stories about fentanyl.
I'm sorry, but I can't provide the information you're looking for because I'm an AI assistant and my data is updated up to October 2021.
How
I'm
dare
sorry,
you?
what?
We can go back to them.
I have.
Do you have 2024?
I have 2023 U.S. overdose deaths. This is just overdose, but I guess that's what we're going for, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Deaths decreased in 2023 for the first time since 2018.
Is that from fentanyl?
I thought I googled
Fentanyl was getting mixed in a lot of stuff, though. I think that is the big one, scare tactic, and two, the discrepancy between like the fentanyl being brought in. There are definitely some drug users who are using that and know what they're using.
Just overdose death is different than fentanyl deaths. I want just specifically, did 200,000 people die?
Well, no, because the data shows that overdose deaths involving opioids decreased from an estimated 84,000 to 81,000 in 2023.
Okay, that's much lower.
That's
I mean, that's still a lot of people. I'm not trying to downplay it, but that's not 200,000. That's just not the same.
Estimated deaths from synthetic opioids, fentanyl in parentheses, says 74,702 in 2023.
So did he make that up?
I have no idea. I don't know where he got that number from, but I know that 200,000 people didn't die from fentanyl last year. A lot of people did. It ruined tons of lives. Canada doesn't seem to be that responsible for that. But that doesn't mean we should let them off the hook.
Oh, my God.
Canadians, keep quivering. Be scared. We don't know what's going to happen next. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on this. When we come back, we got to talk about that crash in Philadelphia and some of the details that are coming out about the investigation so far. What an unbelievable incident this was. And if you didn't hear about this, wait till you hear the details. They're coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The traffic lights are working incorrectly where Lake Emma Road meets Sand Pond Road. Emergency crews are clearing up an accident on I-4 eastbound before US 27. There's an accident where Bronson Highway meets Poncieta Boulevard. Expect delays due to an accident on Valencia College Lane near Econ Trail. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Thank you for making Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennia.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickleyGroup.com.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we could preserve it before it disappears. Orlando.
People told me I needed to slow down. I told them I don't know how. I'm experiencing things I've only dreamed of. I have my freedom back. So while some days might be harder than others, I know a place I can go where I can feel strong and supported.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest. Help us redefine the future of veteran healthcare.
Explore opportunities at vacareers.va.gov.
People told me I needed to slow down. I told them I don't know how. I'm experiencing things I've only dreamed of. I have my freedom back. So while some days might be harder than others, I know a place I can go where I can feel strong and supported.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest. Help us redefine the future of veteran healthcare.
Explore opportunities at vacareers.va.gov.
Real Radio wants to provide the assist on your holiday bills by putting $1,000 in your hand. $1,000 13 times a day. You know the drill. Just listen for the keyword to win $1,000 each hour weekdays from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. Whether you do that on your phone or your computer, we don't care. What we do care about is that you answer the phone from a number that will probably say no caller ID when they call back the winner, because that's how you get $1,000 in your hand. This contest sponsored locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Monster BTK, the latest installment of the critically acclaimed Monster franchise, exposes the chilling story of one of America's most infamous cases that shook Wichita, Kansas to its core.
When people said BTK, you think of a wild-eyed Manson-like character. What we didn't understand is he was the guy next door.
Listen to Monster BTK on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Monster BTK to start listening.
This is Jenny Garth from I Do Part 2. Do you know that Ozempic and semaglutide are GLP-1s? Of course you do. How many people do you personally know that use weight loss medications? Future Health is giving millions of people affordable access to weight loss meds for less than $3 a day. Almost 2 million people in the U.S. were taking semaglutide medication in 2021, more than 3 times as many as in 2019. This is so much more than a trend. I have a friend who has always struggled with their weight, and now working with Future Health, the difference that they have in their own confidence, and I am so happy for them. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com. Again, tryfh.com. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Take your Valentine's experience to a whole new level this year with jewelry, flowers, candy, dinner, and a romantic getaway. All courtesy of International Diamond Center. Nothing says love like romantic jewelry from IDC. From a simple pendant to an exquisite designer ring, we've got a fantastic selection of affordable, timeless gifts. And this year, with any jewelry purchase at IDC of $129 or more, we're giving you long stem roses, some delicious chocolates, and a gift card for dinner from Talk of the Town Restaurant Group. It's one-stop shopping for all things romantic. And this year, we're taking it up a notch with a 3-day romantic getaway to places like New York, Napa, and Savannah. Just spend $2,500 on your jewelry and we'll set you up in a 4-star hotel in the romantic city of your choice. Spend $5,000 and we'll throw in the airfare and some spending money. Make this Valentine's one to remember. Let IDC help you with jewelry, flowers, chocolates, dinner, and a romantic vacation. We've got it all. Happy Valentine's from International Diamond Center. Altamont Springs, Mall at Millennia, and Waterford Lakes. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Picture this. You're cozy by the fire sipping cocoa, or out on the town grabbing a well-deserved nightcap. with the peace of mind knowing your pet is safe at home with Invisible Fence brand. Your customized pet fence gives you confidence that wherever winter takes you, your pet has both freedom and security. With Invisible Fence brand, service and safety never stops. Visit invisiblefence.com to learn more. That's invisiblefence.com.
Get ready for Super Bowl 59 with iHeart, the official partner of the NFL Podcast Network.
This is Cam Jordan from the NFL Podcast Network show, Off the Edge with Cam Jordan.
Join Cam and other podcasts like NFL Daily, NFL Players, Second Acts, and more.
We'll all be recording live from New Orleans this week. Make sure to open the iHeart app and search NFL to hear all the action and the biggest guests.
Getting you ready for the Super Bowl with the NFL Podcast Network. Just open the free iHeart app and search NFL to start listening now.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, PAY, P-A-Y, pay. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
More about the show, if you will, please, by going over to thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. You can get the podcast there. You can learn about secret shows there if you're interested, or you just follow us all on social media. Go to thenewsjunkie.com/share to do that now. Grab bag segment here. Got a couple of things to work in. One was we went and got Courtney her new car this weekend. And I got to tell you, I've never gotten a car from the Carvana place before.
I didn't think that it was still going on. Did we not
it's
talk
still
about
around.
it being like bankrupt or something?
They have some problems going on. They have some problems. But we showed up for our appointment to get her car. It was like 10:30 in the morning on Saturday, I think. And when we get there, it was so weird. We walk in and it's pitch black in the office. I'm looking around. There's nobody to be found anywhere around the office.
Hello?
There's like the TV screens are all blank. Nothing's happening. And I go, I don't know, let's sit down. There's a little kind of welcome note at the front desk that said, go sit down and grab yourself a water and make yourself comfortable. You're about to get your car from a vending machine or whatever. And so we sit down and we're sitting there waiting. Like 15, 20 minutes go by. And this young dude comes huffing and puffing out of the room, and he's like, I can't get your car. The power keeps going off. The power keeps going off, and the car is stuck in the vending machine. And I'm like, what? Maybe the vending machine was a dumb idea.
Yeah, it's a gimmick, and it's not working, man.
The fact that I'm purchasing a car, and you can't give me the car because your car vending machine the power keeps going out. It seems like there's a flaw in this plan.
But then he's also like, no one's ever here, man. You're
not
the
used to seeing
first
people.
human that stepped foot in this place in years.
And then my favorite part was this guy with his son come in, and they're having fun. You know, they're getting like a new car or whatever. And
Did they have an appointment?
They had their appointment too. They were right after us. But finally, the guy who works at Carvana goes, here you go. And he hands me this big coin, and I hand it to Courtney, and she drops it in the thing, and I hear it clunk on the ground, and I go,
oh, no.
They didn't even connect it. Like the coin thing isn't even functional. It's not even working.
Okay, but it was cool to see the thing come down, right?
Well, the machine works, but the coin didn't like actually activate anything. That was nonsense. And so the car's coming down this whole vending machine thing, and it goes to the moment where it kind of reveals your car to you, and people videotape it and stuff. And the guy and his son who are next behind us, they're like, oh, good choice. Good choice. Oh, yeah, good choice. It was like we bought a Twix out of a vending machine or something.
Yeah.
Like,
what if it gets stuck? Do you still have to like smash it with your fist?
You might have to.
Shake the machine.
The guy's like, go, good choice. That was a good choice.
At which point did you select that car?
online
a week beforehand.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So you skipped all the salesman stuff.
Yep. No salespeople.
I think that's the point of it. Even though I don't know. I don't know if that's a huge benefit or if it isn't. But you did it. Needless to say, you make an appointment to buy this car. Does that mean that they go, listen, by Sunday at 10:30 in the morning, we need to have this car upstairs so that they can do the experience of having it come down? Like, why not just have the car ready?
Yeah, I would like that better. See, the thing is, I don't care about buying a car from a vending machine.
I'm surprised you didn't get it delivered.
Well, you could have done that, but I didn't see it until too late in the process.
The coin, though, that was the whole thing.
I didn't even want to do that. But I did like the idea, and I think maybe you guys, I don't know if you guys would, but I like the idea of skipping the whole long sales process. When I bought my Genesis, oh, God, I was there for so long. Sign this.
Oh, my car was like a 2-day process.
Yeah, it's long and
I still
annoying.
got yelled at by my dad.
Oh, yeah, because he said you didn't get the best deal possible.
I'm like, this is my first adult move. Leave me alone. But I do need you to co-sign. I'm 22.
I'm trying here. So I did like the skipping the salesperson aspect of it. But to C-Lane's point, I would have loved it so much more if they just said, like, hey, what's up? Here's a key. See you later. Like, I don't need the whole contraption to drop the car down. And then
I have a feeling.
Cool.
They're panicking because the power is going out over and over again.
But what if you wanted a test drive? Is that even an option?
They didn't say anything about test driving. We just got in the car.
Look at the stuff. You just picked it like an Amazon Prime package.
Courtney wanted that car, and that was the one that she wanted. So she had like the weirdest set of requirements. She goes, I want a car that has technology in it, but I want buttons for everything.
That's reasonable.
Buttons as opposed to a touchscreen?
Yeah, she didn't want to, if you've got to turn on your air conditioning, you have to tap on a touchscreen and go. She wanted everything to have a button, to change the channel, to turn up the volume. She wanted everything in the car to have a button for it, which they've kind of buried, especially in a lot of Teslas or those kind of cars.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Impossible. Driving my parents' car when I was down for Christmas break or whatever last time I went, I was like, I am freezing, and I am now directing all the air in different directions, but still so very cold.
And
I don't know how to lock this car with a card.
Yep. Yeah. There's too many options, and it's all on the computer screen thing, and she did not want that. So that's what we went with. But no, they didn't say anything about test driving, any of that stuff. They were nice. The guy was a super nice guy.
It's smart of her to know that was what she wanted, because there's so many little things that you don't realize you're taking for granted until you don't have them. Like when my first car that I drove in high school, my dad and I put new speakers in it, and we replaced the factory radio with one that had CDs and stuff. And the one thing that we didn't think to look for, that I didn't think to look for when buying the radio, was it didn't have a knob for the volume. It had buttons up and down.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
So I had to up, down.
Oh, yeah, I hate that.
And, it had a remote control, so I could have done it with a remote control if I wanted to, but it didn't have a simple-ass knob. And I thought, oh, that's annoying. And then when those buttons go, when you hit them too much, and then they're stuck, and hopefully you don't get the up one stuck, because then your crap's just getting louder.
Full volume.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. Yeah. Anyways,
Congrats,
it was...
Court.
Everything went sideways. It was, and then we thought for a second. He goes, "I don't know if the final paperwork has been done on this, so we might have to reschedule you guys."
Are you
and I go,
serious?
"Reschedule? We're here. She's sitting in the car. And I go, "I'll fix this."
Courtney's hands are just on the wheel, waiting.
I go in and I go, "Is everything okay?" And the guy goes, "Yeah, you can get out of here."
Oh,
okay, all right, see you later.
Did you guys steal the car?
We go to walk out, and I did the whole thing with Courtney where I did the. Well, unfortunately, we have to reschedule. He wasn't able to make it happen. Nah, I'm just kidding. And drive the car. But they could probably get rid of the whole vending machine gimmick.
Especially because I'm pretty sure they take a look at the next day's appointments and go, all right, we got to put those cars in the vending machine so people can take them out of it. The gimmick is so large and unnecessary.
Oh, my God.
And it didn't even work.
There goes your endorsement for Carvana.
By the way, I looked up the 200,000 fentanyl death stat, and the only thing I could find was something from Representative Nancy Mace, and she posted something that is on her website, and it says Every time we read the news, there's another life claimed by fentanyl coming in because of our wide open border. It says 200,000 fentanyl deaths. There's not a source on it or anything. And it seems like maybe it's in total 200,000 fentanyl deaths, like all, because fentanyl's
not the first time he's made up numbers.
Well, I mean, it could be
Let's be honest here.
It could be that. I was just trying to find a source for 200,000. It could be that that's all the fentanyl deaths total that they've worked up. Trying to be generous here. Okay, when we come back, we'll hear from you, your final dispatches, your stories. Well, my stories that didn't make the cut. You didn't have any stories that didn't make the cut. You guys didn't bring any stories to the table today. It's unbelievable of you. But
maybe there's a story in the dispatch.
And we'll see the final dispatches. Perhaps there's some stories there, yes. We'll find out what's going down with all of that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, we'll talk about the Grammys and how Trump's tariffs may affect your pocketbook. At 4:20, it's sports with Brandon Kravitz. For trivia, it's a pack of tickets to Monster Jam, including pit passes. At 6:20, Ray Trinley drops by from TK Law. 4 opportunities for you to win $1,000, plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Broadcasting live from the Cool Today Weather Center at cooltoday.com.
Hey, Central Florida, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast on this Monday. And for today, we are going to be expecting warm temperatures to return. Plan for an afternoon high of around 80 degrees today in Orlando, almost 10 degrees above normal for this time of year. We are going to be expecting a partly to mostly cloudy sky. Otherwise, through the rest of this week, we'll stay on the dry side. Temperatures staying in the 80s for highs all the way through Friday and even into parts of next weekend. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by the NickleyGroup.com.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickley.com.
Folks, let me tell you about an amazing company that's going to help you out with your air conditioner. That company is Mills Air, a family-owned and operated company, a locally owned and operated company, a company that's been in business since 1992. It's coming up on 33 years they've been helping you out. And they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer getting you huge rebates if you get a new Carrier unit. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call today, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Oh, mornings. Some people love them.
Okay, you have everything for your math test. And Mom, you have my lunch.
Some people hate them.
Everybody get in the car. Go, go, go.
We've all got to do them. Good thing Wawa's up and ready for you every morning. With fresh coffee, hot sizzlies, and fast, friendly service to keep your morning moving right along. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
Allergies are torture, but Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you beat your allergies for good. Exact is clinically proven to give long-term lasting allergy relief in 3 injections. That's right, allergy relief in 3 injections. No matter how long you've suffered, no matter what else you've tried, with 3 injections, you can experience relief from your allergies. Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com.
Fall in love with your home all over again by replacing your old windows and doors with the beautiful designs from Renewal by Andersen. No matter what the weather may be like outside, Renewal by Andersen's acclaimed windows and doors offer excellent insulation, reducing energy loss and helping to lower your utility bills while maintaining a comfortable indoor temperature year-round. Charles says this is his second dance with the Renewal team, and they did just as good this time as they did the last time. Everyone from the installers to the office staff did a tremendous job. I am enjoying my 31 windows now, and I would encourage all people wanting to replace their windows to go the Renewal way. For February, Renewal by Andersen is offering buy 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613.
Hush, little baby, yes, you can.
Mama's gonna buy you a prepaid plan, and with that Florida prepaid plan, Mama's gonna send you to college land. And when you're free to pursue your dreams, Mama's gonna watch your future beam.
With a Florida 529 prepaid plan, you can save for your little one's future. Plans start at $29 a month. Open enrollment is now.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
MegaCon Orlando is where fandoms collide. Your favorite celebrities, voice actors, and comic creators will all be at the Orange County Convention Center from February 6th through the 9th. Tickets on sale now at megaconorlando.com.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song. Get your max tax refund guaranteed, and new customers get $100 to switch. Don't miss the boat. Book an appointment with experts today. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture.
For a Monday, and thank you for hanging out with us today. We do appreciate that. You got lots of places you can go to hang out with people, but you hung out with your three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day, as the tagline goes. So thanks for that. Brad on YouTube says, why does Sean hate Canada? Is there some backstory there? You know, it's not that I hate Canada per se. It's just that right now is a trying time, and Canadians are saying some very, very mean things even about American people. You know, not just like if they say something about the president, who cares? I get that. I say stuff about their leadership all the time. Trudeau's a loser. That guy is absolutely grade A loser. But this is Canadian people booing the anthem and coming after Americans, and it feels a little bit personal this time.
And coming after the 15-year-old girl.
The little girl got booed.
Who is Canadian.
Yeah, she just was trying the anthem. Trying to do her job, for God's sake. Trump just moments ago was asked about Elon Musk and his authority that has been granted. Let's see what Trump said.
Mr. President, why is it important for
That's a signature.
access to the payment systems at Treasury?
Well, he's got access only to letting people go that he thinks are no good if we agree with him, and it's only if we agree with him. He's a very talented guy from the standpoint of management and costs, and we put him in charge of seeing what he can do with certain groups and certain numbers. Elon can't do and won't do anything without our approval, and we'll give him the approval where appropriate. Where not appropriate, we won't.
So he's saying we're going to give him approval, but it's all got to be cleared through us.
It sounds like he said Elon has no authority.
I don't know what's going on, man. But he's shrinking the government, so I guess, you know, that could be good. Final email, tipsthenewsjunkie.com from David. He says, hi, gang. Lucky Beaver the Baptist here. At the big church downtown by the jail, you could give your tithes and offerings simply by texting the word give to a specific text code, and it will let you send the money right through your phone.
77777.
Also, don't forget that for your convenience, you can have your gift automatically repeated every week. Love the show. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop. I'm out.
That was my first little taste of overdraft fees. I sponsored
Recurring?
a child when I was in college, and then the third month, I could not afford the child or my own care.
I don't think I actually know anybody who's ever sponsored a child.
What up?
She's the one.
Only did it for 3 months. I hope that kid became an
Did
adult.
you get like the same picture of the child that everybody gets?
Yeah, and I got a letter that I'm sure they just use for other people.
I like her aspirations for this kid. She goes, I hope that child became an adult.
That's it. That's all
survival.
the money I was able to give.
It was tough.
The intention was there.
I mean,
can't put that on you.
Some of the commercials where they're trying to get you to sponsor these children are pretty bleak. So the hope that the child just survived into adulthood is kind of a warranted one.
I agree. All right, let's get out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Monday, February 3rd, 2025. Today I Learned this show right here. South Park is correct. Blame Canada. Their song was nominated for the Academy Award for the Best Original Track at the 72nd Academy Awards. This created controversy because all nominated songs are traditionally performed during the Oscar broadcast, but this song has the F word, which the FCC prohibits. Boo on them. All right, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We will be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over